All right. Third time to start. Third time's a charm.
Exactly.
So, Handsome
Buster.
Dragon, if you're nasty, I guess is the best way to put it. Welcome. Thank you for coming back on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been a long time coming.
It has. You've picked a hell of a week to come back, let me tell you.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, but that's good because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, man, so let's just get right into it. How do you find the Warmind? How do you like it? What
Hot take.
Off the rip.
All right. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think this is the first time since Destiny 2's come out that it's felt like Destiny again. Mm-hmm. You could find shortcomings. The story was short. I don't think anyone's going to say that the story was long enough. They definitely cramped a really big story into a really small window. But yeah. I felt that the story they told was exciting. It got your attention. They covered some really big topics lore-wise. And while everything wasn't answered in the main campaign, there were more lore tabs in Warmind than in the base Destiny 2 game. Like, there's a lot of lore in Warmind. So as a lore fan, I'm excited. There's a lot of good lore, a lot of mystery, a lot of secrets, a lot of new information. So it's really cool. And the grind is back.
Oh, is it ever?
The grind is back.
Is it ever? You guys might notice Dez is silent. That's because he, I think, raided last night super hard and must have overslept. So rest well, young Raven. We miss you, buddy, but it's okay. I understand. That raid apparently is super good.
Mm-hmm. And if anything is from watching the first streams, it's super tough as well.
I mean, I'm just going to say it. This is what we asked for, right?
Exactly.
I mean, we've asked for hard. We asked for things that are difficult again. And Bungie was like, cool. Hold my beer.
Okay.
Because let me see. I got my Titan through last night. I injured my shoulder, had to go back to work, so I couldn't play the day it dropped. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yes, the story is short. I'll give you that. But the story had so many holy shit moments for me that I was like, yeah, I'm good. The first time you see Zol in the when he cuts you off from the light and it does that cool, like, I call it the acid trip effect. That moment I was like, oh man, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And I don't think people understand too much about it, because one of the criticisms I heard was they said your ghost didn't know. It doesn't make sense that your ghost didn't know where you were. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I'm thinking, it's because Zol cut you from the light. It's because, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I am by no stretch of the imaginations a lore master. That's why I brought you here. But it's because the light can't exist near the worm gods, right?
Yeah, they definitely they counteract each other. Like they it's a constant battle between one another. So it's safe to assume that the worms possess some sort of power or ability to push back or restrain the light.
Okay, that's what I took it as. I took it as like it was like a dampening field. Like it's so evil that it's so in tune with the deep that, like, the light, even though we are I mean, I would like to think my guardian is the epitome of guardianism, but
oh yeah,
even that, it would be like, no. Mm-mm. And I'm not even a strong worm god. Zol's the weakest, correct?
He's the weakest. That's why he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too because I saw a lot of complaints that they say Zol took us to the deep, and then the next scene is us climbing above ground to where Ghost is, but if you watch the cinematic closely, Zol never takes us to the deep. Like he's talking to us, but then the roof collapses on top of us, so we're climbing out of the rubble of the roof of the cave, where we just the cave. Yeah, we weren't taken to the deep. That was just suddenly appeared on Mars. So I think people miss the details sometimes. But
yeah, I mean, and the devil is in the details, and I find that people are very, very. I mean, I don't want to sound like a shill, even though whatever, color me a shill then.
Yeah.
I feel that people are very tough on Bungie for things that they give other developers and games a pass for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it does as much as it pisses me off, and it does. Des tells me all the time. He's like, "Hey, buddy, you're a little intense," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am a little intense, and that's fine." But like for things that everybody's like, "Oh, well, this game is so good," and I'm not saying the games because I don't want to anger the community,
right,
or the listeners.
Bring out the pitchforks.
Yeah, bring out the flame and the pitchforks and the torches and the I'm mad rabble. But it just seems so. I think it was because Destiny 1, everyone was so engrossed in it and pulled in, and it changed the way we play games. That we're like, we want Destiny 2 to be fantastic. And it's like, we're mad. That's basically what it is. You don't like what's happening, so you're mad. But you don't realize that this is what Bungie had planned. I don't think they're throwing things together as my neighbor decides to start his hot rod.
That's right. I'm sure you'll hear some yelling girls in the background too.
I'm surprised you're not hearing Pete rustling around, but that's fine. We want you to feel like you're here with us. There's
1 sec.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like there's many, many moments in the story that you go, "Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. This is so good." And yeah, it's short, but play it by yourself and it's difficult. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Reythos coming in to for the assist. Thank you very much for joining me.
Of course, man, not a problem.
So, by the way, HandsomeDragon, it's fine. We had to pause everybody because kids.
We had a toddler emergency.
Yeah, family takes precedence here.
A balloon was popped, and all hell was raised. Yes.
Let me tell you.
Can't lose the balloons, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My godson had this balloon, and he was so happy about it, and he was running with it, and he was doing like the little kid run, when it was like tied to his wrist, and he was like, he's a little tubby kid, so he runs funny, and I'm like, bub, if you take that outside, it's gonna pop. Like I'm telling you right now, it's 100% gonna pop. And he was like, no, and I'm like, okay. When it pops, I don't want to hear you cry. And he was like, no cry. And I'm like, okay. And he ran outside, and literally, like I saw it in the mist. He ran through the door. It caught the only nail head the door had, and popped. And it popped. And he looked at me like I did it.
It was your fault.
And I was like,
of course it was your fault. You brought it up. You told him that it would pop.
Yeah, I was like,
so I
told you.
In his mind.
I was like, I told you. Then he started crying. He was like, my balloon. I'm like, fine, I'll get you one more balloon, because it was like the town celebration.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Your towns have that. My town doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a big yard sale basically. Old people love it, but
my town growing up had our city had a dry bean festival. So it was all about, pinto beans and whatnot, I guess. I don't know. But everybody got together for that, and it was always fun. It's a carnival for the kids. It's like a giant farmer's market is what it really felt like. But it's always fun to go to those things.
Yeah, I mean, it was just funny that you said, "Oh, a balloon popped." Like, yep, balloons. Kids love balloons, man.
They do. They do.
Kids love balloons like
and anyways, expand to that.
So, Reythos, what you missed was I asked HandsomeDragon how he found if he enjoyed the Warmind DLC, and gave a brief. Well, not so well. We're still going to talk about it for a couple hours.
Of course,
review of it. That's what we do. So, how did you enjoy the DLC?
So, me personally, I think I might have mentioned this to you before. It felt rather short, but for me, it's just getting used to the fact that, hey, we had Destiny, we had House of Wolves, we had Dark Below, and those were not big expansions. So obviously everyone being pissed off thinking, oh, hey, these expansions are supposed to be, Rise of Iron or Taken King-esque. They're not. And I, too, need to learn, hey, I need to tune this back and realize, oh, hey, we're going to have a couple small ones, and then we're going to be getting our big ones. I enjoyed the storyline. I think the additions for the weapons, like the Valkyrie, for instance, super fun. Super awesome. Love that thing. Wish we had some more use of it than just during an extermination protocol or, the occasional public event kind of a thing. But still really fun, enjoying it. Love the tweaks that they did for the sandbox in general. But yeah.
We haven't even got to the sandbox tweaks yet. We were just talking about I just had to ask the question because, I might play a lore master on a podcast, but I am by no stretch of the imagination one. So I had to ask that.
So I like the addition that we're going back to Mars, but it doesn't feel like D1 Mars.
Yeah,
it's obviously a different region, but it really does not. The Hive themselves, I like the feel of them. They're all frosty and whatnot, but it still feels like it's not. I know it is just a reskin, but there are certain aspects of it that are making it feel not just, oh, hey, copy paste.
Yeah.
They added that new acolyte type that's the sniper. You don't see him very frequently, but it's like, wait a minute, when did they get those?
Yeah, if you do like a heroic strike, or I'm sure in Nightfall, we had the final mission where you kill the Worm God as a strike last night, and those snipers, those snipers, they hurt.
Yeah, dude.
They
the
hurt.
Appearance hurt.
Yeah, especially like it was solar burn, and they have void, I believe, but if there's a void burn strike in the future, those things are gonna be a pain in the ass.
I think I did one heroic strike so far. I need to do like 4 more for my campaign mission or whatever. And it's the solar burn this week for the heroics.
Yep.
But I got Tree of Possibilities.
Oh.
So Scion Snipers.
Yes.
Scion Snipers are just dead. It's like, how am I dying so much? And then I realized, oh, hey, solar burn. Oh, hey, grounded. Oh, no.
Oh, damn. Yeah, and I always forget that
I have to keep my feet on the ground, and
I'm jumping in the air. I'm like, how am I dying in one shot? Oh, right. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's interesting. I like the tweaks that they've brought in. I haven't done any strikes that are pertaining to Warmind yet. I went ahead and jumped into the private matches, which are going to be interesting to do. But I went ahead and I explored the maps, and I like how they look. They feel fresh.
Yeah, I agree. I've only played one. I only got one map so far from the new maps, but it was fun when I played it.
I
can't wait to learn it more.
I haven't hopped in PvP yet or private matches yet, but what I did one heroic strike, and everybody's saying, "Oh, how hard heroic strikes are! Heroic strikes are really hard." Yeah, they're really hard. Probably because you're not 350 light yet, and because the modifiers are super against you. I mean, for me, it was the solar singe, which is everybody's, and I had glass and brawler. So,
ouch!
You're super squishy on top of being super squishy. So I was getting one-shotted by Thrall. You know, the Thrall were hitting me. It was just ridiculous, man. It was super fun. And Pete just decides he wants to scratch him in the door at the most inopportune times. Puppies are like kids. People say that, but people get mad when I say it. But it's true.
I agree.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm having...
Dogs are just for babies.
Yeah. I'm having fun. Like... I mean, I've obviously been having a lot of fun in Destiny even before this expansion, but now it's like, oh, you want to grind? You want something really hard to grind for? Enjoy this. Oh,
here you go.
Yeah. Oh, you want the Braytech Winter Wolf that you can only get by doing the nodes, and it's a random drop, so you might not even get it. Here you go. I do like that.
Yeah, I've got two of the Anabray / ice weapons. I only have one of the Ikelos weapons, and I am at I think 14 or 15 of the nodes right now.
Yeah, I've got 15 nodes. I think the one Ikelos weapon you get from the quest, and I think the other ones you can only get from Escalation Protocol.
Yeah,
and I think
I've been having some issues with Escalation Protocol, in my personal opinion. I don't know if anyone else has been having this, but I've been reaching the ogre, I've been killing the ogre, and there hasn't been a chest. There hasn't been any...
It's 3, 5, and 7.
Yeah, it's only 3, 5, and 7.
Huh.
Which I believe, I do agree that there should be one for the first. There should not a huge drop, maybe just tokens and like...
It should just something to kind of
wet your whistle.
Especially at the lower level.
Incentivize you, you know?
Because... Even if it's just a box of shaders, just something to be like, hey, you beat the first round.
Right, because, it is a 380 light, or power level, is what they are saying. Mm-hmm. And I know it's supposed to be endgame content, but to get to that 380, it's definitely a tough grind.
Yeah.
It is punishing.
I don't think I'm 350 yet. I think I'm like 345, 346.
Nice.
But it's still just, I need to jump into the raid, and then...
Yeah, that's what pushed me over. I was sitting around 345, and then I ran, the other night I ran both raids, the old ones, Eater of Worlds and Leviathan, and then just now I'm at 355.
Nice. Yeah, I think Detto put out a video that said the best way to try and level would be do your milestones one at a time after reaching, the new
345, 340, yeah.
Yeah, reach level 30, get to 345-ish, then do all your milestones one at a time, and jump into the raid normal mode, raid prestige mode, and then it was do the lair, and then start your second character.
Nice.
And obviously transfer all your guns from character 1 to character 2. Mm-hmm. And then start them on the Raid Prestige, because Raid Prestige only drops armor. And then go to milestones from that way.
From that point. Good to know.
Holy
it was interesting. And I was looking at it and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense because, your guns are already maxed out for character 2. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and give you some buffed armor, which is what you need to get your power level back up. And then you do your milestones, and that's when you're going to start jumping up even higher on the scale. And then third character was the same as second character. Just transfer over the guns because, they're going to be higher by the point you're done with character 2, and then switch over to 3 and start on raid prestige, which I have yet to complete.
I think I have one raid clear and a couple of the raid lairs because time. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to get 370, 380 light when, your job is to play the game, which is the dream. Right. Let's just be honest. I mean, hell, I would, if you said, hey, Buster, I'll pay you, whatever you're getting paid at your job plus a little bit just to play Destiny 2, I'd be like, well, it looks like I'm playing Destiny 2. But
looks like my PlayStation's never going to turn off.
Yeah. Oh, every time I'm logged on, I'm getting paid.
Like, hold on, babe, I'm working. I'll be there in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting overtime this week.
Which just it's the dream. We can be honest and admit that. But for guys like me who don't play the raid, I'm looking for a long haul,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might get a raid in, hey, on a Saturday night, hey, Buster, you want to get a raid? You want a raid? I do not, but I'll do a couple, the Castellum a couple times just so I can get my shotgun finally.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's just, it's a time thing. I don't have time to raid, so...
Well, what you're needing is a crew that does speed runs, which my crew does. We cleared the raid in maybe 40 minutes.
Oh,
nice.
So if you have enough time for a nightfall, we can get you through the raid.
Well, 2 weeks ago I had...
And what platform are you on?
PS4.
PS4.
Damn it.
Now I do have an Xbox now.
PS4.
I do have an Xbox now. Only for Sea of Thieves, but
it sounds like someone needs to get on their Xbox Destiny 2 grind.
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't have time to do.
He barely has enough time for PS4 grind.
I barely have enough time for PS4, right. Let alone Xbox. Gee, man. But I mean, yeah, that's going to be one of the things near the end of this cycle that I might just eat it and just roll a Titan on the PS4. That way I can play with the guys I know on PS4 that don't have on Xboxes that don't have PS4s.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that story is painful. Please don't make me go through the base story again.
I think I've done it 5 times now.
Oh god.
Because I have a Xbox and then I have 2 characters on PC.
Mm-hmm. I remember my third character having to go through the storyline. I was getting tired of it, of course. Mm-hmm. I just got to the point where it's, hey, go into the level where you actually get to use the tank, which I always really loved it, but I had to get that level marker, and I was having fun with one of my old fire teams that I didn't realize that I had already max leveled, and I'm like, we need to go through this, and we busted out from that point all the way through Gaul in 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's
nice.
Easy. It's easy when you have a squad.
And solo, I mean, I knew it would take longer, like an hour and a half, but I had one other person. Then, like on Gaul, we got our third.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
See, I think they're doing pretty well with the whole. Okay, so you're a hardcore player. Cool. Mm-hmm. You want hardcore content. Here's hardcore content. You want to be max light the day it comes out? That's cool. You can be max light the day it comes out. Hey, guy over there who doesn't...
It's going to cost you.
Yeah, it's going to cost you. sleep,
it's
and
gonna,
probably a lot of
part of your soul.
Yeah, years off your life was probably what happened. And then there's guys like, I mean, I don't want to say us, but yeah, guys like us that we have kids and a job and families, and we don't get paid to play, so we're going to play it in our own way. But Reythos, I will take you up on that 40-minute raid clear. I'll take you up on that.
Easy. Easy.
But
I'll grab my crew and we'll do that probably whenever we can find the time.
All right. That works.
Whenever works good for you.
We can go next week if that's fine.
Alrighty.
I know you have previous arrangements.
Today is going to be a little bit of a long day for me.
Yeah. I gotta say, they did do well with the exotic weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, man! The exotic weapons feel fun.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They feel so fun. It makes it hard to play with all of them because all I want to do right now is use sky burners to blow up everything I see, and then I'll finally convince myself to put on Graviton Lance, and then I can't take any. You can't use anything else because all I want to do is use those
Lance was the first
purple
one
Orbeez. Yeah,
and it was fun. It was really fun. I, as Buster knows, not a big fan of hand cannons. I'm an auto rifle guy for life because Titan, Titan more rig, double auto rifle, go. Just never reload.
Just
forget
test me.
Oh yeah. My first, what is it called? The weapon
catalyst.
Yeah, my first catalyst was for the Crimson, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. I love Red Death. I like the Crimson. Let's see how it plays out. 500 headshot kills later. God.
You don't want to use anything else?
No, I love it. I enjoy the Crimson. I actually fed it to a Better Devils just recently today because I'll get into that niche where I'm using one exotic and I'm not going to pull away from it unless I get rid of it. So I fed it to my Better Devils, and I'm using that because it's now the highest kinetic I have.
Yeah.
And now I'm running around with the Force Cannon because not that I have
that one's fun
cattle,
too.
but the bonus damage for that void suppression burn, whatever you want to call it, that thing is intense.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we used that in Nightfall, and I think we took down dude in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, Buster and I were doing a ether delivery with the Giant Servitor, and I hit the Giant Servitor after we had already made a heroic, so it's got that overshield. Hit the Giant Servitor with that, and then pulled out a sidearm, and I shot it like once, and I see 160, 180 damage. I'm like, that never happens. These things have this giant overshield that it doesn't allow it to take damage like that. So that is just an insane boost.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It makes it hard for me to play anything but my Void Walker, to be honest, because I know my buddy that I'm playing with has the cannon, and so I know he's going to be pumping bosses with that Void science madness.
Every few seconds,
why would I use anything else?
I had the tractor cannon masterwork. It dropped on me, so obviously I love that gun anyway, so I've been using the crap out of it. The Sunshot feels really good.
Yep.
I haven't played the Sunshot yet.
The Sunshot feels real good. Obviously the Graviton Lance feels incredible.
Yeah.
That thing is a laser beam that spawns orbs of destruction and chaos. But the surprise one for me was the Sweet Business is just a hose, and it's super. I did an escalation protocol with, I think there was like 9 of us in the instance.
That's when it's really fun to see it. You have 9 people running that.
Oh yeah, and
I've yet to do that. I need to do that.
I just pinned the trigger and stood behind my rally barricade and crouched, stood up, and we got through the first phase, which makes you feel really good, and you're like, whoa, and then you realize it doesn't stop, and you got to move, which you're like, okay, it doesn't really. Oh, Des is on now. Now I can add him to the party too. Fucking amazing.
Hey, good morning, sunshine.
Yeah. All right, let me just pause then.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Des.
All right, so not too long ago, Buster sent me a message over Discord. It's like, hey, man, week of the 19th, can we do an evening recording? We got a Comic-Con thing. It's like, yeah, man, sure. Somehow, in like since the few days since he sent me this message, I thought that was today.
Today's the 12th.
Yeah, today's the 12th. Oops.
I thought because you rated last night. That's what I told everybody. But you're here, and
I mean, I did. It's not a lie. I was up to like 5 a.m. screwing around with people. So, oops.
But you're here.
Hi guys.
Better late than never. As you can see, we have Reythos and HandsomeDragon.
How we doing?
Hi, Handsome. It's a pleasure to have you again. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. How was your rating?
We were successful, actually. We took down both cows, and we went through a fresh raid layer in fairly decent time because these were, like I said, it was the same group I ran with last time, and this was actually their first Argus clear. So
nice. Have you gotten into the new one yet?
We peeked our head in the door, yeah.
Peeked it in,
and tried to figure. So we were just supposed to peek our head in the door, right? Then we saw things, and it's
but
like,
you could never do that.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, but there's this thing. What does this thing do? Oh, we can like throw this thing. Oh, well, what about this thing? Oh, what about this thing? What's this thing? What's this thing? So
yeah, I was watching a stream when I first started with like Athalion and Roman, and when they realized they could throw it, they're like, "What is this thing?
Exactly.
What happens if you hit the trigger?" And just like chucks it across, like, "Oh, great!" But playing catch.
Yeah, that's so yeah, that ended up happening, but yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. So that's the thing.
That's the thing. So Des, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Handsome and I asked Reythos. How do you like the Warmind DLC? What's your review? Give us your hot takes.
Hot take.
All right, hot takes since Tuesday. Story structure itself isn't any better than Curse of Osiris, which is a slight disappointment, but at the same time, like I said, I was trying to keep my hopes a little low on that factor because it's still, a smaller development time DLC, so I was trying not to, like I said, overhype myself, but like I said, the story structure itself is still very similar to Curse of Osiris, but one thing they got like really, really epic for Warmind, or at least a proper step in the right direction, is the fact that there were way more powerful story moments in Warmind. I mean, the moments I knew I had to hear Buster's first reaction, because it did help him through the story, was like, which I guess obligatory spoiler warnings have already been passed out, but the moment
now.
Yeah, no, right. Spoilers. But the moment you first meet Zol, it's like, oh, it's like that is so amazing.
I would say it's one of the best boss initial encounters that we've had.
Yeah, for sure. And like I told Buster, one thing that, again, spoiler warning. I mean, one thing I haven't heard a lot of people mention is the fact this thing disconnects you from your ghost. And there's only, or at least what I can only assume, considering the animations and such, it disconnects you from your ghost. And the only time we've had that happen was when Gull put the Traveler in a cage. So...
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely apparent that Zol has some sort of power or ability to block the light or disconnect us from the light.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was like a really powerful moment for me. You have this epic meeting, but then this little detail that they don't tell you what's going on. But if you look closely, you can tell what's going on. It's like...
Also, the entire time, I'm like, man, this is like the time I took mushrooms with my dad.
I remember hearing that story.
You've heard...
I was going to say, I think that was a Handsome Dragon episode.
It was a Handsome
I think that was our first one.
Yeah.
Was that the concert, right?
That was it.
Yeah.
It was the concert, and yeah. My dad and dosing didn't go hand in hand. And, here, take these. And then I took them. And then he went, "Oh, you took them all. We were supposed to share them."
You weren't supposed to take them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
And mistakes were made. Yes, sir. Mistakes were made. I saw the now I can just only attribute it to I've seen the inner workings and machinations of the universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's pretty much what it's like. How like the weird colors and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's... Now I know. Now I can be like, that's it. That's what it was like. To people who have never ever,
You saw Rasputin.
Yeah, I saw Zol. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is scary. Is terrifying. Des, we didn't do the TWAB because we all know what's happening.
There's a lot of TWAB. Yeah, I mean, I'm sneezing so much. Oh my god! But
pollen.
Yay, allergy season.
I know, right?
Treegasms everywhere.
Yeah, that. I mean, a lot of things to look out for is like the changes to clan engrams for those that.
If you rely on clan engrams to get your level up, you're out of luck.
Yep.
Or if you've been relying on clan engrams to get your raid and trials gear, you're out of luck.
They still drop at higher light, don't they? It was just as they just aren't granting the
340.
Is it 340 now?
Well, they can get you to the 340 cap fast, but after that, it's only like a couple light.
Got it.
Oh, so
like
they do go up though.
Yeah, they do go up, but very, very slowly, apparently.
Got it. So that is not the powerful engram anymore.
Exactly.
Cool. Good to know. I think it's
something I also noticed with the clan engrams. I don't know if this was a glitch or whatever. My team had run the raid, and I went to go redeem my raid reward. I got a Vanguard shotgun.
Yeah. That's the change.
They aren't granting raid rewards anymore.
Yeah, trials and raid rewards give Crucible and Vanguard, respectively.
Yeah. And I did not notice that beforehand, and I was like, oh.
That was in the, I believe it was in the patch notes.
Yeah, I don't think they specified what the rewards would be. They just said that they wouldn't be raid and trials rewards.
Which makes sense because they want you to play the content as opposed to just holding on to the coattails of your clan mates that run through and destroy things.
Yeah, I think it was a good thought, and I understand why they did that initially. And I remember DCP kind of debated it at one point. They had Zato on there, and Pope made some really good points about their goal being, I'm Joe Schmo who doesn't raid. My clan raids, I get this awesome sniper. All of a sudden, hey, this gear is awesome. I want to start raiding. Mm-hmm. But what happened was Joe Schmo went, whoa, I got this awesome sniper and I didn't do shit. I'm going to keep not doing shit and see what else I can get.
Yeah.
And so it just didn't work the way they wanted it, I think.
Yeah, a lot of characters I noticed, in our clan, were just being super passive. Mm-hmm. We would actually watch to see how often people would log in and do anything in the game or whatever.
Log on Monday to pick up their clan rewards.
Yeah, log on Monday, get clan rewards, and then disappear.
Yep.
They wouldn't contribute whatsoever, so we started actually kicking people from our clan.
And then they would go on the forums and complain that the game's too easy.
And then they would we would kick them from our clan, and it's hey, Why'd you do that? It's like you logged in to gather rewards and you killed nothing. You contributed 0 to the clan. No more rewards.
Yeah.
No rewards for you.
No soup for you.
No free ride. Screw you. Go away. But yeah, also, so story is meh. Of course, the ending is way open-ended because it's Bungie. I mean, come on. It's Bungie. Let's see, from, I guess, my standpoint, from the sheet and everything, weapons are actually at an all-time low right now for Warmind. It's like, there aren't as many additional rewards as there were in Curse. There aren't... I mean, pretty much everything available for Crucible and Vanguard are what's the rank rewarding stuff. I mean, it seems a little light on that front.
Yeah, I think most of what they have is stuff that you can get from playing it. So they have the Anabray weapons there in the gear set, which you can get from playing. They have the Icalios weapons that you get from playing. They've got the quests, like all the secret quests that you're on. I think there's 3 different weapons you get those. It's like which you get from playing. You know, the Vanguard, like you said, the Vanguard and the Crucible ones you get from, you know, your rank ups. You get from playing. There's not a lot of just, hey, we put 30 weapons into the weapon pool.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the path. Like I said, the fact that pretty much everything that's been added to Crucible and Vanguard, or to Shaxx and Zavala in this expansion, you know, kind of to quote King Quella, you got to work for it.
Yeah,
I mean, because you got to put in some work. You got to play the game in order to get these things.
No more loot pinatas.
Yeah, seriously. And then there's that, which doesn't affect me. But one thing I'm like super impressed with, you know, other than well, I can't judge Escalation Protocol because I can't get past level 1. But it seems
tough.
really fun. Yeah, it's tough, but that leads me into the fact that they've really nailed down a difficulty delta. Like, holy crap!
Yeah,
it is insane. Being like 340, going up against these 370s, and it's like, yeah, usually before it's like, yeah, I might be able to skim by it. No.
Yeah. Well, again, I think it's a very welcome change after the way Destiny 2 launched, and even Curse of Osiris, where it was clear the direction they were going was power's kind of just an arbitrary number, but you can beat the campaign and the strikes, and it doesn't really matter what level you are. And now it's apparent that, you know, if you want to complete this in-game stuff, you've got to grind.
Yeah, you better have stepped up the game.
You got to get, exactly. And I think it's good. I think that's what we asked for as a community, absolutely. And I think it's what we, as players, I think it's what drives you and what brings you back. You know, you want you want something to earn, something to feel like you've achieved.
Exactly, and that's the thing, because Bungie's always stated that they wanted this gear that, you know, you could look at and know exactly what this person's been playing. I think this is like a really good step in that direction finally as well, because if you see someone with Zavala's exotic ship, then you know they just hit 50. Yeah, they've been doing strikes and have hit 50 ranks for Vanguard this season, which is ridiculous. But like I said, you know what he's been doing just by looking at that ship.
Or Shaxx's ghost that he's...
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there's just these, these obvious things, you know? And I love the fact that there's a new Vanguard siren called Spoiler Alert. Low-key, one of my favorite things ever. Flavor text is someone dies. Love it.
Also, the thing.
Spoiler alert.
Also, what got me was when we were playing Des, and you were like, "Wait for it, and I think you actually said, "And cue your craziness," and I was like, "Ah!" Like the fact that you playing through this campaign now, I'm not mad. I have to do it with 2 other characters. Because I get to live that whole the Zol again. I get to live that whole let's kill Nokris. Well, not kill him, but let's stun him or whatever the hell it is. And I think, Des, we mentioned it when we were playing, that the difference between Nokris and Crota are amazing, because we had to go to Crota. We had to be like, hey, we're gonna knock on your door, we're gonna come in, and Nokris was like, I'm here. Watch me summon all these cool hive, because that's pretty cool.
I mean, watch me. Here I am in your face all the freaking time.
Yep.
Yeah. The interesting too is that in the hive world, throne worlds are very much a thing.
Yeah.
And so like we kill Nokris, but we kill him in our realm.
Yeah.
Which in the hive world doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
So there's still a very big possibility that Nokris could even return in the future
for sure,
in a bigger role.
Sure. Actually,
that was something my old clanmates were saying too. Is like, oh, Nokris, that's Crota's brother. That was a really easy fight. What's going on? And I'm like, yeah, but Crota was a raid boss. This isn't a raid. This is storyline mission.
We never fought Crota
do the same
in our
thing
role
against Crota on Earth during the missions, but when you actually go to the moon and you're like, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. That's when you're stepping into his house, and it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
So
sure.
I just had that thought because this just came to my head like a weird fever dream. Do you think Nokris could be a mid-boss for the raid when the big comet, if Savathun is the big bad?
There's definitely a possibility. I think it's very much a mystery what Savathun is doing right now. Yeah. There's some hints in this DLC that she traversed down to the deep. Assumption being that she's looking to gain more power. One of the adventures, Ghost transcribes a ritual that the Hive are performing, and it's like he translates it into where they're saying, Savathun, return from the deep and consume us.
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting myself. It's like,
so there's a lot of mystery right now. So I think it's very possible that she could be like, hey, Nokris, you failed, but come join me and let's see what you can do.
Yeah, because here if we've killed Oryx, Savathun's sibling, and we've killed Oryx's favorite banished child. And so we're obviously too powerful even for the standard hive, let alone Taken hive. So I would only assume that, you killed my brother who gave me this Taken power. I need to step up my game and find something more powerful. Let's go traverse the deep and find what I can get so that it might be enough to kill you.
Yeah, and whereas Oryx got his power from slaying Akka, perhaps she's going to get her power from Yule, who is the strongest of the worms.
Right.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad we have you here because
I know, right?
I mean, as much as Des and I are lore geeks, we're so. I don't know the power structure. I only knew Zol was the bottom because it said 100 times that he was the bottom.
Yeah, but because the story mission almost makes almost might imply that Savathun might be working with Zol, considering it's a transmission. That a bunch of Hive I mean, that was my take, but that could be weird because weird.
I could see Savathun because Savathun's very cunning. She's very she tricked Crota into opening a cut into the Thorn World to let in a bunch of Vex, which causes huge Vex Hive war, and basically ended in Oryx having to step in and just be like, okay. Enough. But like she's just that's what she does. It's just she pits people against each other. She's like, hey, Des, you should go stand over there. Oh, a big boulder just fell on your head. Oops.
Yeah, no, right?
So I could definitely see her being kind of knowing what's going on, maybe even pushing Nokris a certain direction or pushing Zol a certain direction to get what she wants.
Yeah, that could be
whatever that is.
Because and then there's a theory that or was it spoken? Yeah, the Savathun that scribbled in books, Book of Sorrows.
Yeah, these books are full of lies.
Yeah, which we still don't know exactly what that's about. So,
yeah, that was one thing we got from the. That's cool from the web lore we got before DLC dropped, and we get a piece of writing from Nokris. And he says this is not of the sorrow. It's just his own thing. And so the implication there is that the books of sorrow appear to be just like basically religious text from Oryx, and it's Oryx's propaganda, Oryx's religion, and that's what's passed. He's the king of the hive basically, and so that's what is told. Whereas Savathun's just like, hey, these are lies. This is not true.
God, I am a Hive lore fan because of the way it's written. So
I love the way Hive lore is written.
Yeah. So for me, it's so like this is so fun, and to hear Des and you talk about it, I'm like, yes, keep talking,
yes,
more, yeah. Because I mean, he pointed out, he was like, you know what they were doing, right? And I'm like, yeah. Did they just say they were summoning? They were trying to. They were doing. They were trying to pull Savathun from the deep. And he was like, "Yep."
Did they say that?
Did they just? They did say that, right? Yeah, that's what they were doing. Cool. Fuck that. I'm not for that noise.
Yeah.
And she's also got Coria, the Vex mind, working like on her side. So it's very. She's got a lot of tools at her disposal right now.
Oh yeah, but of course. Then again, I wouldn't expect anything less from someone that is embodied by cunning.
Yep. Yeah, and even in the Books of Sorrow, which is written by Oryx to make Oryx appear to be the biggest, best, strongest. I always got the feeling that Savathun was the more dangerous of the sisters.
Oh yeah.
So, what form does she take? If
she would be like a witch, or like mother. She took on the mother form, of a witch essentially.
Okay, and then Shiva Arath took the
night morph.
The night. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I would imagine a much more sinister, deadly-looking version of the sisters from the Taken King or King's Fall raid. Oh. You got those two sisters,
the Death Singers. Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of a bigger buffer version of Nokris. Because Nokris was, in fact, a Hive Wizard as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm envisioning something much larger than that for...
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because Nokris is the first
male
mention of a male wizard that we have.
Yeah.
Which, the Hive are, they're an alien species, and I know Seth Dickinson, who's the author of the Books of Sorrow, he's mentioned, just like on Reddit and different things, he's like, it's hard to, put, human ideas of gender on like an alien race. Yeah. So like for us, it's male, female, but for the Hive, it's just, he's a wizard. She's a wizard. That's not the same meaning to them as it is to us.
I was about to say, for them, it's all just the form, the morph. Right?
Yeah, so Nokris took the form of a wizard. Okay, he's a wizard.
Yeah, it's more, almost like the insect, like caste system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, also not thanks Anna Bray for comparing them to bugs recently, but but yes, it definitely just seems that fact it's less about gender and more about what role you're supplying.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
You're part of a bigger picture, so get it done.
Yeah, because it's like you have your drones, you have the lucky few that might be capable of mating with the queen, but that can rotate at any point in time, and it's more about what you're doing rather than what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense.
As long as you are pushing forward your colony hive, you are doing your job.
Got it. Okay. Well, that makes more sense now. You know, I guess you're right. We think of things as male, female, as opposed to the broad function would be the way. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got to be hard to write for that kind of stuff too, because I mean, you get male, female stuck in your head because it's what we are, but then you're having to write from the perspective of these creatures that have no idea what that is, basically.
Exactly.
So
it's a foreign concept to them.
Exactly. So yeah, I always have respect for people that are capable of that, because it's like you're breaking everything you've been taught to write this.
Yeah. Yeah, going back to kind of what you had said earlier about being excited to run this campaign again, that's what you kind of just jumping into back to just the DLC in general. I've told myself I'm going to start my second character probably 5 times now, and every time I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go talk to Anna real fast, and next thing I know, I've spent 3 hours grinding patrols in public events. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to the tower real fast. Oh, wait, I have some stuff to turn into on Mars. Let me go do that real fast.
Yeah, like I get stuck on that.
I love the feeling of I'm actually doing something that matters again. And I don't have to just get this checklist out. I can just play and roam the world and look for collectibles and look for secrets.
Yeah, it's nice to have so many collectibles and such and things, and just so many things to do.
Speaking of collectibles and things to find, are we glad that was brought back?
Yes.
What's your take on it? Because like calcified fragments, that was fun to hunt those suckers down. And finding the dead ghosts during about the Cosmodrome. I mean, that was some of my favorite things to do, was to find, oh wait, what's this little thing over here? It gave us Grimoire cards, which was awesome, and I was a Grimoire card fiend. But D2 hits, and it's like, oh, there's a scannable object here, but I don't get much else out of it.
Yep, and you'll scan it, but we won't let you know that you've scanned that for future runs. So you'll describe the same one over.
You'll go and pick it up over and over. And it's like, okay, that's a little obnoxious, but going and finding all these little targets that we have to shoot down.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they're back. I do miss them being more connected to the lore with the Grimoire. I was secretly hoping that each of the little like shootables or collectibles we shot would be connected to some sort of lore tab or web lore entry.
Yeah.
We did get a few. We got 5 of the memory fragments from them.
Just 5?
That's what I got, and I got all 45
or 6. Yeah.
I have 2 days, 3 days, 20 or 12 days, 21 and 25 days. So
that's what I have. Yeah, those are the ones I have. Which those those fragments are really cool.
I've kept them all.
I haven't.
Me too.
I haven't scrapped them.
It says item like this is
can be destroy these. Yeah,
I know, right?
No.
This item may be safely discarded.
Yeah,
no, that ain't happening.
Yeah, so those tell a really interesting story, and those hint towards the the Exo Stranger, which is very cool.
I held on to the celery in D1. What makes you think I'm going to delete anything in this game?
It's sitting in my vault. It's probably moldy and dried out, but I still have it.
Hey, I have my spin foil hat in D2. I'm never selling that. Ever.
Exactly.
Ever. I have my spin foil hat always. Just to let you know.
Yeah, so I love the collectibles. I hope that they continue to expand on them.
Honestly, if we do get like a certain lacking of like weapons for more collectibles, I'm okay with that. Like if this is the reason we don't have a lot more of like the spare, the additional rewards crap, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it. I mean, it's a slightly lighter pool, which makes my job a little easier.
To collect all the weapons.
Well, when it comes down, I mean, that and trying to stop from playing the game so I can finish said spreadsheet, which hasn't happened because I've actually been using my work breaks to fill out like some of the information. So
I don't need to eat.
I'd say it's like
what is food?
It's like, oh hey, this auto rifle is awesome. I'm gonna have to tell Buster about it. Which FYI, I got that auto rifle.
Son of a bitch. It's
quite nice.
You got it from the just collecting nodes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is one of
which auto rifle you get?
The Braytech Winterwolf.
Oh, okay.
I wanted that.
It is like I was looking through the stats and like looked at the perks and stuff, and it might be the next. As I thought to myself, it's like it's early. It's just base stats. It's like I haven't compared anything. Which hint, wink, for those of the Revolution, a thing of that nature might be coming, like very soon. But yeah, I saw the Winterwolf and it's like this might be the next Warmind's Anvil.
Also, nice. Des and I spoke about Des mentioned that he might have to change the name of the Bird Rock to fit lore.
The Hephaestus Index, because
which made me laugh.
Thanks, Bungie, for putting that worm in my ear. It's like, oh wait, they actually have there's an in-universe spreadsheet /database of weapons. Oh my god! It's like the lore nerd side of me is like, do it, change it. Everyone will understand. Everyone will think it's funny and great, and it's like.
But bird puns.
No, right? Bird puns.
I love bird puns. Now, Des, I might ask: have you found a exotic that you can't put down yet, or are you still dicking around with all of them like I am?
Yeah, I'm screwing around. I actually played some PvP last night as well, and let me tell you what. Graviton Lance is a pulse rifle for every occasion now. Oh my god, does it feel great.
Feels good.
Graviton Lance might be like also my favorite like raid pulse right now as well, because its ad clearing capabilities especially for trash mobs is great. Oh my god, it is amazing. And the fact that it's great for raid layer, because the only shields you really need to worry about breaking are Vex Minotaurs.
Are void.
What? They're void. So it's like even better. But that might be my new raid pulse.
No, I have to ask.
Or as I called it last night, my raid scout rifle.
Yeah, because that thing is now 2 bursts instead of 3.
Yeah, and the fact that the stability is so tuned, it's just like, sending on platforms, you got the sniper phalanxes firing at you. It's like, ching, ching.
It's a laser beam. The thing's a laser beam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's great. That's for sure. It's great.
Now, guys, at the end of the campaign, you get the worm-themed exotics.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I have 2 of them. Yes.
I am working on my warlock now. Des and I know Reythos has it because I'm looking at him wearing it now. The Worm God Caress, or as Des and I like to call it, holy shit, this is so much fun. I think I'm just going to punch everything.
Well,
I feel like Titans love it.
It's Winter's Guile for Titans who are punchy already. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you give it to them?
It is great.
It's like, okay, I can be a sentinel, and if I kill something with a punch, I get an overshield, and now my overshield is even stronger, and I can just nonstop punch forever.
Yeah, not just that, but when me and Buster teamed up, we were like doing the adventures. He had switched to Sentinel, the defender, for his punchy punch. I stayed on Sunbreaker with oh god, what's it called? Tempered Metal.
Tempered Metal.
Yeah, you get defensive strike and tempered metal like together, and it's just like, I mean,
forget about it.
We were running around like we punched each other several times just because. I mean, several times. 'Cause I know I punched Buster.
What is gun?
Yeah, it's just like running around. It's like, okay, punch this, punch this, punch this. Whoops, that was Buster.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I think I mentioned several times, like, I just punched. I'm sorry, I just punched you. Because you see like that weird angle, and you're like, oh, hive, bah, you know. But for me, also, Ray, since you just mentioned Sentinel, and I noticed you just threw your shield. That top tree works so good with those because when you get a melee kill, you get an overshield. When your overshield is active, you get increased melee damage. That already increases melee damage, and that stacks.
Times 5.
Yeah.
Holy hell! Yeah.
As you
it's intense.
It's a little ridiculous.
As you hear Pete killing his toy.
What I want to see and what I really want to do is test weapons, which I don't normally do. Because, I'm not that kind of numbers crunch guy. But I would love to see a force cannon with Graviton Lance being used and see what kind of DPS comes out of that.
Well,
because, hey, Void bonuses, and then, oh, hey, Void Nova Bombs from a gun.
Also, the kicker is it boosts its own damage potential as well. So you just keep booping everybody out the way with it, and just keep it going, which is super fun.
Because that's actually a catalyst I was able to get to drop was Tractor Cannon, so I've been using it.
What do you have to do for its catalyst? I'm curious.
Kills.
Okay. Yeah, catalyst drops seem to be very much simpler than what we were expecting, because it's basically what activity are you killing enemies is what it seems. It's like like for Crucible, like, because there's verbiage for them all, because one's just like it's like find and kill the enemies of the darkness wherever they may lurk. To me, translates to patrols. Yeah,
in the world. Yeah,
and then the other two are just way more simpler, because it's like kill powerful enemies in strikes, and like defeating opponents in the Crucible. You can find this there. And then at least for Tractor Cannon, like to get it to the official masterwork, is to use it and kill things with it. It's like I can't confirm or deny if like everything else is that similar method, but that's Tractor Cannon. And
right.
I know for Crimson it's just precision shots.
Okay, precision
kills.
Per kill.
Precision kills.
Yeah.
I tested that, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm just going to find a fallen walker and then sit on its neck and just non-stop fire. And no, it does not work that way, sir. It is kills that are precision specifically. Found that out the hard way.
Yeah, I think I'm at 22%.
Nope. Has to be kills.
My next one is I'm trying to find the Huckleberry, the masterwork for the Huckleberry.
I'll be
I
Huckleberry.
haven't seen that.
It's an amazing gun. I mean, the perk, the exotic perk, Ride the Bull, is aptly named.
And actually, also, like, concerning Huckleberry, I do find it slightly disheartening, the fact that, I guess with the saturation of more popular media, that most people are thinking that's like an Overwatch reference.
Nope.
Even though McCree does mention that exact same line, that's a quote from Top Gun, people.
Yeah.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah, I thought it was Tombstone.
it is from
Is it Top
Tombstone.
Gun?
It is from
That was Top Gun.
No, it's Tombstone.
Yeah, it's
What to say?
It's what Doc Holliday says to
Doc Holliday.
Doc
I'll be your
Holliday.
Huckleberry.
Okay, so could Top Gun actually be a reference to Tombstone? Because I know they say it in Top Gun. I'm pretty sure, right? Am I?
I mean, it's also it's Val Kilmer, if that helps you.
I mean...
Yeah. It is. Maybe I think you're picturing Val Kilmer's
It
glorious.
could, okay, see, that actually could be. I would not be surprised if that's the case, but I'm actually...
Yeah. I was about to say, when you said Top Gun, I was like, Tombstone, but it's okay.
I mean...
It's the same person. We understand. I do the same thing.
I'm going to find out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Find. Okay, yep, wasn't. Huh. All right.
It's fine.
Confusing my movies.
How we know?
It was years ago. Leave me alone. Get off my lawn.
Confusing my movies, which is easy to do. The movie is only 20-some years old.
I know, right? But yeah, either way, but yeah, the point still remains. Like, I completely failed, which serves me right for being a snobby douchebag about that. Like, backfire. Fantastic. That's always what you want. But yeah. Either way, it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I just got it last night. I played around a little bit with this morning, just doing patrols, and it has it has like the same perk as like the Crimson, whereas if you get kills, reload part of the magazine. Yeah, it's different. Whereas Crimson, it reloads the entire magazine if you get a precision shot, whereas this one just does a portion. But because it gives like 15 rounds, which is about 50% of the magazine, and so if you're killing thralls and you kill 2 thralls, boom, you have a full magazine. It's pretty fun.
It kicks like a crazy person. It kicks like a horse. That's why it's called Ride the Bull, right?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think I heard something like when you get it Masterworked, or when you get the Catalyst, it gives like plus 20 stability.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Crimson's is range.
Yeah,
I know, right? It's like
ridiculous range. Really? Max range.
I mean, Tractor Cannon will actually help out in
it's like
PvP.
90%.
Yeah, basically
range.
it has like 0 fall off.
Yeah, but I know at least Tractor Cannon's mentioning the end result is more reserve ammo, which can make it really fun in PvE. Because it is fun. Just the fact that it's a shotgun, but it's a shotgun that can boost its own damage. So you double tap, there's a lot of things that are dead after that. A lot of things that are dead.
I got Darcy's master working, and that's going to be a pain. It's 200 critical hits or critical kills.
With the sniper, no fun.
It's going to be a slow build.
Well, at least they decreased Darcy's zoom. So
yeah, I've been playing around with Darcy. I still have to play a little bit in PvP to see how it feels, but I like the way it feels. I just got the Lona's, or is it Lona's Gods? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Lona's a God.
Lona's a God. I just got that when I did my raid clears. Super pumped about it.
Nice.
Nice.
I've heard good. I haven't really used Lona's the God much. All I know is it's
very snappy.
Yeah. I do know that with I'm pretty much not going to take off a linear fusion rifle for like raid boss damage because also in reference to the TWAB, they once again buffed linear fusion rifle precision damage. So it was only like 1.2 something, I think, and now just 1.4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just made linear fusions even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, which I was using all through. My team might have been getting just a little tired of me because I'm a hunter with Celestial Nighthawk, gloves, and cloak.
Oh God!
And even on failure, and this linear fusion rifle, so even on failure, I'm putting up like a minimum of like 1.2 million damage on every boss, and they're just like, how? It's like, I'm just hitting buttons and shooting guys.
Right.
We for Argos, we ended up pulling in this one guy. It was amazing. Like, it was a Night Stalker that really knew like where to put his tethers in the second phase Argos encounter. I was getting off. I wish there was a way to like check my damage numbers because I was getting off 3 golden guns a damage phase.
Oh.
I mean, my God.
Yep.
We almost two-phased Argos, but he had a sliver left, and it's just like, just survive, don't play it safe. Like, that's like become like a new catchphrase of mine is keep it secret, keep it safe for yeah, keep it secret, keep it secret, keep it safe, keep it secret. It's like all right, because I kept saying it's like all right, keep it safe, and it's like all of a sudden it's like all right, keep it secret, keep it safe, guys, come on, let's go. It's already developed, and it's like, yeah, it's a thing now.
That's not like we're not best friends anyway. You just go and do this, and you totally redeem yourself.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So damage. It's.
So you're saying you got damage under control?
Oh, dude, I've got damage critiques apparently. But also I do have a couple of hunter exotics, like some of the new ones. I'm slightly okay with because I did get the Ophidian Spath.
Is that the chess piece with the snakes on it?
Yep.
What's it do?
It gives you an additional throwing knife.
Oh no.
It seems to do. Actually, let me check.
I'm excited for the exotic armor reworks. Yes. Seeing how awesome they made the weapons.
Oh, see,
I'm excited to see what they do with the armor because there's a lot of armor that looks amazing. Like I would go out and say that the exotic armor from Destiny 2 is cooler looking than the exotic armor from Destiny 1. But very few exotic armors in Destiny 2 actually do anything great.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Ophidian's Faiths do actually only work for gunslingers, so it's not like Sealed Hamkar Grasp used to be. And I did get the Sealed Hamkar Grasps, which is slightly disappointing.
Yeah, I heard they split it or whatever.
They used to be double melees. It's like, all right, cool. Now it's when you melee, you reload your magazine of your currently equipped weapon. So it's Grave Robber on steroids?
Yeah.
Why? It's like, but I liked Sealed Hamkar Grasp. They were silver. They kind of went with everything.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
And, now it's just like, now I have no reason to use them. I mean...
The one I liked was, Xur selling it this week. Titans out there. The Ashen Wake.
Yeah, Ashen Wake.
That was fun.
Oof.
I haven't played on my Titan yet, but I've heard those are very crucial.
Go get them.
They're fun.
It's interesting, in my opinion.
They look
because you're changing your fusion rifle or your fusion grenade, which is a sticky, into an impact, and it flies like a baseball. You're just like chuck it square at them in the face.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot of arc now. Obviously, there's going to be some for further out ranges, but you can pretty much just like, oh hey, there it is in their face. Yeah.
It's also good for crowd control.
Because that's where they up the blast radius on it. Mm-hmm. I swear, like it doesn't say it. It may not, but it looks like it covers more distance.
Mm-hmm. Which is always fun.
Yeah, but it is hilarious, like to see people, like you see like three people, or including yours, or you see three other people other than you loading into the exact same areas there's in. And all of you are just chucking it towards her.
Yep.
It's like it's interesting to see that again.
Yeah.
Because I definitely admit my my relationship with Xur, and I like him. I mean, I don't mind him ever, but I like him when he has stuff for me. Otherwise, leave me alone. Stop calling me. Stop bothering me. I'm okay. I'm just going to do my own thing over here for a while. I'll come back in a bit. Don't worry.
I like him like I like hot sauce. I'm okay with hot sauce, but I'm not like it's not my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
I like it.
He serves a purpose.
But that's about it.
During the start, he serves a purpose. Then his usefulness just kind of teeters off. Which people apparently still can't wrap their heads around in Destiny. It's like, dude, we've had like years with Xur. Yeah, he's only used like, oh god, he never has anything good. Like Galahorn, the second week of Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm. Merciless, the first week of Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. I mean, yeah, he has nothing good like ever. And it's just the fact that the amount of times he's useless outnumbers the amount of times he's useful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially, which actually scales with your it scales with your RNG, because if you have good RNG, then you really don't need like crap from Xur like whatsoever. But if you have bad RNG, especially now with faded engrams, I mean, it's just a matter of time before you just don't need them at all. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I went and bought the arms, and then I instantly bought the faded engram, and I got myself the armamentarium, which was my go-to as Titan in Destiny 1. It hit me, and it never came off.
I think that's
very rarely did I ever take off that stupid chest piece. And hey, Titan's already got 2 grenades, but let's go ahead and give all Titans.
Strikers do.
But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just kind of wish at least the spades kind of were a little more multifunctional than just your gunslinger, get 2 knives. Yeah. I mean, it specifically says 2 knives, so that's fair, but still, can't you work on everything? I mean, that'd be nice, Bungie. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and hopefully that's all addressed in the rework.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, I know it's just added, but I'm hoping they at least, at a minimum, do that, because I mean,
yeah, and I think with these, like, they couldn't necessarily put in new exotics right now, where that would just like blew everything away, or we wouldn't use anything but these new ones. So I think they had to keep the same design goals in mind with these exotics, knowing that they're going to rework them all.
Yeah, okay, so they probably have the good ideas on the back shelf waiting for... Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like, okay, was our original plan for sealed Arhamkar grass. We've got to ship those, but when we rework them, we've got this. We've got this.
Okay, yeah.
Knowing that if they did what they wanted to do right now, no one would use anything but the sealed Arhamkar grass.
Oh, yeah. Double melee for a hunter? It's like, that's... I don't know, though, because that Worm God exotic for a hunter, I mean, it's definitely situational, but it's nice.
Like,
that's
to
be
the
a
one that
squishy
heals
hunter?
you, It heals you when you dodge, right?
To be a squishy hunter, you're hurt, and at least if you can just find some kind of cover, you dodge, you're back in the action.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the helmet for the Warlocks is really nice, because you get grenade energy with energy weapon kills, and so if I'm sitting there with my Skyburner's Oath now, just ripping people, and I legit get my grenade back every 5-6 seconds.
I love when you guys answer my questions without me asking them. Like, I'm thinking in my head, can you guys just tell me what the Worm guys do for both classes? And you guys just naturally go into it. I'm like, thank you. Also, can someone please teach me how to do that weird little face on Twitter? The whole give me this.
The give.
Yeah, so I can do that with the Helmstein 14, give me weapons of light. Can that please happen? That would be great.
Yes, I just find someone else who does it, and I copy and paste it, and then I take out the text and I put the one I want.
The great secret of the internet: you find an nifty design, copy paste, Control C, Control V.
I didn't even think of that.
That's how I became a good artist. I find some art that I like, I save it to my computer, and then I upload it.
Which, yeah,
I'm kidding. That's been a thing. I love artists, and I respect them too much to do that, but it was a joke. I've seen there are people that do that, unfortunately.
Oh, no, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
YouTube is full of people that just like, I like that video Mesa Sean made. I'm going to take out his watermark, and I'm going to upload it myself. Wait.
I was going to say Cold Stone. I'm looking at you delicious ice cream having motherfuckers. But I mean, there's nothing but up. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking in a pretty good direction.
So speaking of something that's happening in the moment, have you guys been paying attention to the raid secrets and what they've been working on the last day or so?
No,
I haven't.
So throughout the new zones and Mars, and there's some little raid secrets is a subreddit that I've never understood. Like, I love going there, but half the stuff they say, I feel they might as well be speaking in Russian, because I have no idea what they're talking about. But they found these images on just like random places that if I would have seen it, I would have been like, oh, cool, there's a little ghost in that corner. Whereas they look at it and they are able to get these codes and these texts, and like there's just been this huge. I'll post the Reddit thread in the Skype thing, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Like this huge thing. Well, they finally solved it, and it has like this message basically from what seems to be possibly Elsie Bray, but also possibly this Exo Stranger, which is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What if the stranger is Elsie Bray?
Exactly.
I mean,
it's a theory that I am trying to disprove because I've wanted the Exo Stranger to be Maya Sundaresh for the last 3 years, but all the evidence is kind of pushing against that right now.
Also, legitimately, that's like some of the best people to try and disprove theories is when you have a different favoring theory, because you're trying your hardest. It's like, if the evidence is overwhelming enough to go, you know what, like maybe, that actually says something.
Yeah. So I want to read the message that we got. So this is the message we get from this cipher that these crazy guys on Raid Secrets put together. So it says, "Thank you for taking the time to piece together this message, friend. The time of our final conflict is drawing closer, and you and Anna have an important role to play in the events to come. So watch over her, Guardian. I would have no life without Anna and the EXO program. I regret that we have become strangers, but we each have a path that we must walk, and ironically, there never seems to be enough time. Tell her Rasputin's first attempt was in the right location, but the wrong moment. Look here." And then it gives a set of coordinates. So, just listening, you can hear a couple stranger reference. We have become strangers. Never enough time. Her gun was no time to explain. But those coordinates, someone got them, put them in real life, and I'll put another link in chat. They led to a real life location with basically a Easter egg hunt put together by Vicarious Visions, and there's like this package full of like golden coins and a legit Valkyrie spear that these guys found.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
wow.
That's
dope.
Yeah, that's better than that hilarious that one shader that was in D1, the blue and yellow one.
Yeah.
That was the list of numbers, and people figured out it was like, because a lot of people were like, oh, it's this, that, or the other, but someone's like, oh, it's coordinates, and hilariously, they were coordinates for Sweden, whose flag were those colors.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this is better.
A
little journal book with it, and so like there's a message, like a letter, and it says, take a coin, and then on the coin, for each person in your party, and then it has a number on the coin. It says, write your number in the book and give us, it says, give us your thoughts to the developers.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That they're doing that is awesome. I mean...
Yeah, it's really cool.
Real life Easter eggs are better than just in-game Easter eggs, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. To have this entire,
what was it?
I guess the location is like a couple hours outside of the Vicarious Vision studio. So it's pretty cool.
Really?
So they went on their break.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, we'll be back. We got to go hide a spear in the forest.
Hey Mitch, what are you doing with that spear in your hand? Oh, I'm gonna go in the woods and drop this spear, and
I'm just gonna chuck it, see what happens. Let's see how balanced it is.
Get its exact GPS coordinates. Nothing.
Yeah, it says there are only 3 like it in the world. There's one at their studio in New York, like Vicarious Visions, and then one at Bungie.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Bravo.
So there's some real time lore, I guess.
I know, right? That's like super cool. But I do find it interesting that they're still freaking. I guess they heard the outcry of the community because now they're teasing the stranger again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See, that's what someone like the other day, because I put a theory about the Exo Stranger, and they said that Luke Smith confirmed that her story's done. It's like, actually, he said in his mind, he thought the story was done. That doesn't mean the story's done. That's just
fair,
in his he thought the story was done. And then he even went on to say that. But then the community said this. So I think there was definitely room there for them to
the community did
still bring it back.
Machines. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, then just the fact that it would have been like extremely disheartening because I mean, you had the Lost Prophecy weapons that, I mean, that pulse had almost an identical like basic shaping as the Stranger Rifle / No Time to Explain. Back in the day, I believe it was.
Yep.
But yeah, I just keep looking at it. And it's like, oh, I want to get good with this pulse, but it's slow firing. I hate slow firing, but I want to use it because Stranger Rifle. But yeah.
So, real quick, Handsome, your theory on the Exo Stranger being who? Could you refresh my memory on who that is? Like what she did?
So Maya Sundaresh is one of the Guardians or she wasn't a Guardian, she was a scientist from the Ishtar Academy.
Okay.
And you meet her in the Ghost Fragment Vex, like 1 through 5 cards.
Yeah. And
so it was her, Dr. Shem, Kioma Esme, and Dwayne McDida. And they were, they're just a, TLDR of their story was they basically found a Vex, and this was before the collapse had happened. And so there weren't Guardians, but they found a Vex, and they figured out that the Vex was simulating them. And it got to the point where they was running so many simulations inside this Vex that they started to doubt whether they were themselves a simulation inside the Vex. And so they go through this huge thing of like, how do we prove that we are not a simulation, that we are the real us? And so it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's like an interesting existential crisis that they're having.
Yeah. And then there's the final one, the Vex 5. It's a log form Grimoire card, and it's the same form of writing. So it says, let me pull one up as an example. Let's see, Vex 5. So we'll say record 0, chasm 01, and then it'll have a message. And then it'll say record 0, chasm 02, and have a message. And then, so that type of writing is very similar to both how the Future War Cult, their logs are. And so there's hints that Maya is these scientists were the creators of Future War Cult, because the end of Vex 5, she says, I'm leaving my record, my log here, hoping someone to the others for them to continue the log. Maybe it'll become a tradition, the gospel of our little cult. And so there's a hint that they started that. Yeah. But then the Stranger also talks in the chasm one, but hers is bridge, so it's like bridge 1, record something.
Yeah, because that would also make sense because I mean, just the fact that they've connected Future War Cult to a lot of Vex stuff, like when they brought No Time to Explain in and stuff like that.
Yep.
No, I just finished the story mission for my Warlock, and I finally got to see the end cinematic because when Des and I played it, the puppy was like, "No, I got to go outside." So Rasputin's active now, right?
Yes.
And he's just...
I'm Rasputin, guardian of all.
I'm Rasputin.
Oh, we're going to have terrible Russian accents today.
Awful for a long time.
Now, for this is going to be a little difficult for anything coming into the galaxy, right? Or the universe. Because it's just going to get shelled to death.
I mean, theoretically.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says he will protect the Guardians, basically how he decides to protect them.
Yeah.
Which
so
I
he
don't
might
know
be
exactly.
They're kind of annoying me today. I'll let this worm got through.
Man. Just in his head, fuck Zavala.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know how this works into my theory. Because I have this theory that's been bumping around in my head. Handsome, you can tell me if I'm crazy, because I wanted to say it here since we had you on. Because yes, I am in the Ishtar Discord, but there's a lot of lore talk that happens in that Discord.
There is a lot of lore talk and a lot of lore arguing.
Like it's oh yeah, for sure. But it's actually
discussion.
It's
yes, discussion. A lot of discussion.
I mean, with certain people involved, arguing is the arguing might not be too far off. But no, so I mean, it can be a job just to like, go back and read through and like get those nifty ideas, and it's like, oh, I never thought of that, or where do these people find this? But because I had this thing, it's like it pretty much happened once Ikora tells us that there's only one Warmind.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, again, spoiler alerts, because, but things happen. But we pretty much get confirmation that not only does Rasputin have subroutines, which he focuses on, such as, Charlemagne, I think you've mentioned, like, Finner and
Voluspa.
A bunch of the... Yeah, Voluspa and them. But he also has fragments of himself.
Yes.
So the fact is, like, my theory became the fact, or before this, like I said, the fact that there's only one core Warmind. What if it's like considering Vex time travel, and at least in early Grimoire, there's always been comparisons to the Vex and the Exos. And it's like, what if the Warminds / Exos kind of become the Vex?
Yeah.
And like come back because
people like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, Rasputin's like the way he functions right now is almost like a Vex network with various subminds, and well, I mean, he's not quite as well connected, but yeah, so, I mean, he might be now, but yeah, so I mean,
especially the way they use time travel in Destiny is based off the Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is basically you're stepping through time basically to a different dimension. It's not like it's a different form of time travel that you might like you don't step in a time machine and then pick the date and go through. You're basically stepping back or stepping across. So it would make whereas Rasputin, when he, let's say Rasputin discovers the ability to time travel, could say, all right, we're going to step across into this other dimension, which could be our dimension for all we know, and as the Vex mind that he is in the future, and maybe destroy, maybe the purpose of his purpose of stepping back was to destroy the darkness, but as we know from every movie with time traveling, you mess with the past, you screw something up.
Yeah. Unless it's multiverse theory.
Like Quantum Leap? Sort of. Is that kind of like how you're thinking? Or like more like sliders?
Well, okay, all right. Quantum Leap is like is if Bungie's going the direction and the fact that we can alter time. Mm-hmm. But then Sliders is more of the multiverse theory, where it's like just like there's no way to actually go back into your own time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're always going into it's a headache. Honestly, if I wasn't such a sci-fi nerd, I would not even know half this crap and be able to like equate it to things like, oh hey, this is like that show Sliders.
Well, that's why I brought it up, because it's like I there's so much time travel, I can pretty much pinpoint a pop culture reference to,
exactly. You
know what I mean?
Yeah. The best analogy I've heard to explain it was like, imagine like an infinite laned interstate or highway, and you got time moving one direction. The way that the Exo Stranger works is she is able to step from one lane to the other lane to the other lane, and then it's a matter of how does she pick which lane, or how does she pick what exit she's getting on or what exit she's getting off. That's the tricky part, I guess. But she's able to enter that highway in different lanes at different intervals of time.
She's gonna ride it all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to. Forgive me.
I mean, you didn't have to, but it is.
Oh, you can't throw a song reference out and not expect me to do it. It's literally like Sail Away with Eric Cartman. I have to do at least a little bit of it.
It's like when someone sings, half the lyrics to a song, and it's like, if you don't finish those lyrics, I'm going to kill somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you better finish that chorus.
You better say the bridge. Take it to the bridge. All right, see, I love lore theories. I do, and
I do too.
And well, obviously, mine aren't that great, but yours are.
That's what I love about the lore we've had too. Like, they've definitely come back to it. I think when in Destiny 2 when it came out, and even in Curse of Osiris, there was a lot of lore there, but the mystery wasn't the same as it was in Destiny 1, and it wasn't the same as what we're getting right now.
Yeah.
The lore we got in Destiny 2 launch was very focused. It was, here's some lore about the Knight. Here's some lore about Callus. Here's some lore about this. Like,
here's some lore about some SRL racers.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of lore about some SRL racers.
But like, what I love about the lore we're getting now is like, there's like, okay, here's a little bit of information about this. And then it's up to us to be like, okay, what does that mean? Who is writing these memory fragments? Is that Elsie Bray? Is that some random scientist? Is it Maya Sundaresh? Is it Kioma Essie? There's all these different questions, and now the lore community can come and put these theories together and debate and discuss and argue and fight and murder each other and over these theories. But that's what brings the passion.
Which also may or may not ever get confirmed.
Exactly.
Unlike Nokris, I didn't think that would ever be a confirmable theory, but here we are.
Yeah, and I think I'm kind of in the minority on as far as confirmations. Like, I personally don't care if we ever get confirmation on anything, as long as they continue to grow the story and continue to give us these questions. For me, one of the as much as I loved the Dredge and Yor saga, when you finally find out he is a Titan, it was like, even though I'd been arguing he was a Titan for months, it was just like, even just the confirmation was like, okay, well, the story's over now, kind of. It's like, I loved that I was able to discuss and argue my thoughts and my theories instead of just like, well, he is, so the discussion's over.
Oh, that's true. But did that actually get confirmed?
Yeah.
It did.
Uh-huh. Oh, I missed that somehow. I've been trying to figure out, why are these people actually officially citing him as Rezyl Azir? But if I missed that, then that's fair.
It was the last one of the Grimoire cards in Age of Triumph. They were one of the last ones. And then the author, John Goth, has come out and said it too. Okay. And he's actually put people who, then there were people who were like, oh, that was retconned. He was supposed to be a hunter. And he's come out and be like, nope, he was always supposed to be a Titan. You believe what you chose to believe.
Yeah, but also at the same time, basically, because that is a thing, but that's still at the discretion of Bungie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To not really retcon, because I guess it's not. It kind of is, but yeah. Anyway.
Well, he actually he commented on, I was arguing about Yor yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Go figure. Yeah. And the author replied to one of the guys, and he was like, for the record, the pointing's intentional, towards him being a hunter. It's and set up early in the tale. There was no change.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Simply new information. You believed or didn't believe what Yor wanted you to believe. A charade hinted by his words and intentions.
Yeah, the fact is the cloak of Dredge and Yor, and at our time, it's only hunters wearing cloaks until Rise of Iron, and we say, oh hey, Salad wears a cloak.
Yes,
but so yes, it's okay. That was my only evidence. Also, it's no, he's a hunter because
cloak.
Yeah, cloak evidence. Cloak, but yeah, again, it's
he wears pants.
Cloak hunter. Yeah,
yeah. And then you always had the people well, he had a hand cannon, so he was a hunter. It's but I use a hand cannon.
I'm a Titan. Better
say, okay, yeah, that's the part. It's we were hunters are associated with hand cannon, sure, thanks to Ace of Spades, but that doesn't mean
That doesn't mean they're the only ones who can use them.
Because freaking Ikora was famous with a shotgun, but shotguns were Titan weapons by that logic. So
it's very
so true. Because people forget invective. I do like the fact that
shotgun.
Yeah, the fact that they're hinting more and more as time goes on at Ikora being like utterly and like supreme in Crucible during her time. Because otherwise, we got invective. All we knew is she's just got her face in the books. And it's like, wait, she used to be in the Crucible and used this shotgun, and then, like I said, as it goes on, and like they like make these hints.
Yeah, I think
it's like I'm going to throw you in the Crucible. It's like what was it like?
I think Kate
Shaxx
said something about like Shaxx like backside hurting or something.
Yeah.
It's
because the hint of like
sitting down.
Him and Ikora getting into a fight. And it's like, oh yeah, Jack still has problems. It's like, oh. But yeah, like I said, my only like safety is the fact that I do wait for the official confirmation, because we had one of our members of the Revolution, Lazarich. He thought, I guess, the information of Nokris was, even though it was pretty much theory that he was Orcs' son up until this release, but he thought that theory was actual knowledge, I think.
Yeah.
So he thought it was bad storytelling. It's like, oh, Bungie didn't tell us who Nokris is, and it's like, Bungie never told us who Nokris was before, other than, oh, hey, there's a statue, but we can't find his name on the world's grave.
Yep.
Okay. And that was it.
Yeah, that's something people can get in trouble with when they're having those discussions, is they can put their theory, like, and it's a lot of it's because people worked really hard in researching and putting together these thoughts, and it becomes like a part of their story, and it becomes part of their headcanon. And then all of a sudden, Bungie puts something out that contradicts that, and a lot of people's first response is they are contradicting their story. They are retconning the lore. It's like, no, that was just your interpretation of it. That wasn't. Yeah, there was no confirmation that you were correct. That was just what you had the conclusion you had come to on your own.
Also, I definitely saw that argument in Historical, or not argument, but discussion. Start collecting.
I've never had that argument.
I'm just saying, I may have seen some things said. It's like, you know what? Just because this gets changed doesn't mean because it was weird, because someone was actually throwing into question like an entire. I don't even remember like what was being talked about, but someone was throwing in the entire question of like an entire thing, like an entire line of thing, because one thing got changed. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, they were like, well,
I don't get it.
It's like, is Cade even a hunter? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's a fact. He is a hunter.
It's like, well, if they changed Rasputin, then they can change Cade. I'm like,
oh, wait, that was it. Yeah, it was because the evidence was Kvostov says the last Warmind, but if there's only one, how can there be the last? And it's like, well, dude, that was an ornament. That wasn't even like a storyline.
A lot of that is even perception in game. The characters in game. You got to think of it as, you die and you are rezzed, and this ghost thing raises you up and says, "Hey, welcome to the new world.
Welcome to the fight."
Yeah.
And then it breaks your heart in the same place.
Yeah. Oh, and then you learn all this stuff. You see all this tech, and you hear about this Warmind Rasputin, and then you hear about this great mind Charlemagne on Mars, and all these other things. Like, you don't know. Oh, yeah, that's Charlemagne. That's a submind of Rasputin. You have no idea. All you know is, oh, there's a Warmind on Mars. There's a Warmind on Earth. Yeah, I guess they're probably two different ones. You don't know. And we find out, and this you'll see that Rasputin is fragmented, and so we have Rasputin on Earth, we have Rasputin on Mars. He's got different fragments all over. Yeah. But these are the way that it was viewed by the people in game, and so even in Destiny 1, like Ikora, she didn't fully understand what Rasputin was or what the Warminds were, and so she gives us information based on her current knowledge. And then Tyra in the web lore tells us that, even she thought Charlemagne was a Warmind, and it wasn't until they researched his vault that they learned about the submines. And that's with new information, your conclusions are changed.
I do like the fact that because a lot of people might take that as a retcon, but I mean that's like you said, it can just be like the change of perception in the an in-universe perception that changes.
Exactly.
And the fact that yes, it can still technically be labeled as a retcon, but at the same time, it's like almost storytelling device at that point in time.
Yeah, and that was one of my arguments too. It's like, yes, technically, yes, it is a retcon, but the definition of a retcon is just change of perspective.
Yeah,
it's new information resulting in a new conclusion.
So yeah, be careful. That's like I said. This is why I wait for official confirmations and or grimoires or things that come out and say it's like, this is how it is. It's like, all right, cool. I know now.
Yeah, and there's definitely a different degree of if they were to say in the next expansion, put out a grimoire card that says, oh yeah, actually, Cade was a warlock and we got it wrong. Yeah, that would be a pretty blatant retcon.
Yeah, that's
a lot of. But to say that hey, we were wrong. Rasputin's the only Warmind. These other mines are submines of Rasputin. That actually fits, and it's something that could be easily misunderstood by early Guardians.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, actually no, I lost that train of thought. Never mind. I was going to have another example. It's like, I mean, this also to a degree is like Varix. I mean, he himself. He's the it's around that time that we learn the Fallen's true name of Elixni. Mm-hmm. But even Varix himself used our terminology of Fallen because he looks down upon what his race has become. But I mean, this is just probably not a good example, but either way, it's an example of in-universe perspectives, people. But but yeah, I mean, totally a thing. Totally.
Anybody else miss Varix? Because I kind of do. I kind of miss him.
I miss Varix.
Kexis, the betrayed. I missed it.
I miss Petra.
Wow.
Petra.
They are dead. Actually, also speaking of lore, since we have HandsomeDragon on, I've been looking at some of this lore on something. I think it was the Trials weapons. Mm-hmm. There's mentioning. Of course, you probably know, but there's mentioning of someone. I guess it's Nine Speak to someone that makes mention of a scarred individual coming to talk to them, and that they are not their queen.
Mm-hmm. A trespasser. You are not welcome here. How did you find us? She sent me. You are not your queen. A puppet defined by scars. We have no need of you. We have our own puppets. Let her speak. I came to discuss the future.
Yeah. I mean, I could be crazy.
Wait, time out. Do you have that memorized?
No, I knew exactly where he was going, so I pulled it up.
Holy shit! I was like,
Buster's about to lose his
damn, son.
You were about to get a rant. You were about to hear me go crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds a lot like Petra. I mean,
that was
defined by scars.
Yeah, my first thought went to Petra. I know some people say possibly Eris too.
That's what I thought when I first heard it.
She definitely has scars.
But I don't know. She's not really more because she worked with the queen. True, but I mean, from Nine's perspective, I can see Petra being the literal puppet because that is her.
I could definitely see both. I think it will be Petra for a couple reasons. I think she is more. They would use her as more of a your queen. You are not your queen. Eris does mention that say that have the my queen line at the end of Taken King, but I feel Petra just fits it a little bit better. Yeah. Also, since my theory is that the next expansion will be Reef oriented, I think Petra fits really well as well.
Yes, I'm with you. Give me Reef stuff.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Okay, this is the thing I wanted to bring up. 2 new lost sectors in Mars. One of them has a ship.
Yep.
Yes.
Do they literally say?
Is that Aldrin's ship?
Yeah. The fact that they literally say it is a ship with the new fallen banner symbol. and then label it as Aldrins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure that like I understood that properly because I scanned it once and it's like, wait, it's a ship with the Fallen banners, and then it's like we directly tie it's like it's Aldrin, so it's like, could this be like that step into what you call it?
Yeah, so there's another Grimoire card, I was going to say Ace of Spades, of Age of Triumphs, where it hints that Aldrin takes over the basically becomes the Kell of the Fallen. So this is another kind of hint towards that.
Yeah, that's like what I'm thinking because I mean, because I know some people's issue was the fact that like the Wretches and the fact that Fallen didn't use those type of spears before. But I was like reading through a transcript on Itch Card Collective of an old cutscene. That's when I remembered. It's like, but wait, there were 2 Vandals that used spears for the Queen. I mean, I know it's a very loose connection, but it's like that seems.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
Yeah, it seems a little suspect. I mean, considering we've never seen a Fallen use a spear except in that moment, and other than Wretches. Now, but yeah, and the fact that purple is one of the primary colors of the Reef.
It's also the color of royalty, which would make sense. God.
Yeah, but I mean, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make sure because, like I said, that seems like a pretty hefty, clue drop there.
Yeah, and I know there's some people they're somewhat annoyed because we do get a location of Aldrin's crash from Destiny 1, and I guess when they look up that and they compare it to the Hellas Basin, they're not really anywhere near each other. But that's one of those things that's just like, you know what, it's not that big of a deal.
I was about to say, didn't he crash on Mars?
Yeah, they crashed on Mars, and I guess the location of the crash is 500 kilometers away from Hellas Basin, and so there's no way his ship could have crashed there. But maybe he got it working again and then crashed it again.
I mean, yeah, there's information we don't know, but yeah, I just like the fact. I just like,
or just they just put the ship there because they thought it'd be cool and a nice Easter egg for us to find, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Exactly. I mean, certain inconsistencies can be looked over. I mean, continuity issues are everywhere, okay? Mm-hmm. Everywhere. I mean, every movie has at least a few continuity issues. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, continuity issues can be looked over so long as they're doing the thing right.
Yeah.
And so far,
does Aldrin's ship being in slightly the wrong place going to ruin the story? No.
Or hear me out on this. Ready? The Hive dig, right? They tunnel. Mm-hmm. Maybe when it crashed, they were tunneling, and they kind of found it and brought it to where it is now because they wanted to get into it somehow. I'm just throwing out an idea here just to make it sound like they didn't just put it there because it would be cool. I'm okay with it being cool.
I was about to say, they probably just put it there because it'd be cool, to be honest. Like, regardless of what reason they come up with, or in universe explanation or whatever, if they even do, like, chances are primarily it was just because it was cool. Yeah, it's like, we're just going to put this here because it serves a purpose right now. I mean,
well, what, it's 500 meters, you said?
Or
something like that?
Was it miles or meters?
I think it was kilometers.
Yeah, kilometers.
Okay, so 500 kilometers. Because I thought I heard 500 meters. I'm like, that's not far.
That's not that far.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty.
You could have hit and it could have slid.
It could tumble. It could tumble that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's 500 kilometers, then
now we're talking some distance there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always go back to the Deej quote where he says, if given the choice between being scientifically accurate or space magic, we will choose space magic every time. Because it's fun.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. I mean, essentially.
That's why we play video games.
Is cooler.
It's like, try to get your ducks in a row. Have some science in there. Yeah, and even some of the Einstein-Rosen bridge theories, it's not very likely in our current in real life timeline.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a video game. In the future, this becomes a reality. That's what makes it fun. So it might not be scientifically accurate, but it's fun. It's a video game.
Like the fact that when Graviton Lights came out, the fact that, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm a huge nerd. I read into a lot of things. But the fact that it immediately, like I immediately saw it as like a rooted in science thing, because like there are forms of directed energy weapons that use it's basically the only way like anything working with like your classic like lightning gun will work is if you ionize the air first. There's technologies that actually use what's called a bloomed laser, which is basically laser that's slightly out of focus that creates an ionized tunnel that you can then creates like a perfect environment to send energy down, that like tube that the laser makes. So I mean, like I said, there's actual like thought there and real world similarities, I suppose.
Yeah, like parallels or like
yeah.
Definitely.
That sounds amazing now. I really like that too.
Well, and they get inspiration from something in our universe. You know, and that's what I love about it.
So, HandsomeDragon has a limited amount of time, guys. So, any more lore stuff you want to drop on him before he goes? Reythos, you've been kind of quiet. Des, go ahead, keep going.
I mean, I'm going to save some because we need a reason to bring him back, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm for that.
Yeah, maybe not wait 7 months.
Yeah, and not wait exactly, and not wait 7 months.
I was going through. I was trying to, because I had terrible memory, and like everything goes in one ear and out the next, and I can remember every drink that the members at my club will order tonight when I go to work, but I can't remember the date time that a podcast starts. And so I was going through the old tweets and our conversations just to find the confirmation, and I was going back, and I went back and I found it was like the last time I was coming on the show, and it was like, that was that long ago? I can't believe it was that long ago.
Yeah, but it was October 31st.
Yeah.
Also, if it makes you feel better, Des can't remember the time of the podcast either, so...
It happened this one time.
I kid. I kid.
It was one time.
One time, Craig.
Hey, man, it was a hell of a good story, though. So
it was.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was. But yeah, that was a thing. It happened. It definitely happened. But yeah, like I said, well, not only that, but yeah, it's always great having you on, Handsome. And it always seems to line up every time I have like a lore itch to talk about, because one of the last times was like First Curse and Thorn being like similar, and like every time you get on, I have this weird like lore thing.
Nice. Well, next time you get a weird lore thing, give me a call.
Yeah, we'll get you on the
show. No, I love coming on and talking with you guys. It's a blast. I love any chance I get to just to talk about Destiny is always welcome.
It's awesome to have you on, and Reythos, I appreciate you coming on too. I mean, I'm still down. I still got time. We can keep going. You know.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. So HandsomeDragon, like I say every time, you're more than welcome to come on whenever, and we'll definitely bring you on before.
Thank you, brothers.
Before 7 months. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Twitter at HandsomeDragon. The O's are zeros. I haven't really streamed lately, but every now and then you can find me on Twitch or Mixer at HandsomeDragon. O's are zeros. And I will be on Twitter telling assholes they're being assholes, and that's kind of what I do.
Your Twitter discussions are still epic, as always.
I've been trying to stay a little more zen lately, but it's Twitter. Internet's hard.
Yeah, it is.
People on the internet who say stupid things, and I get sometimes I'll be bored at work and be like, I'm going to tell these idiots that they're idiots, and then an hour later I'm like, what the hell did I do?
I'm going to call this guy an asshole. I shouldn't have called this guy an asshole.
Called that guy an asshole. Even though he was an asshole.
9 times out of 10, you're right.
Yeah, everyone's got to be wrong once. Blue Crew 86 has screenshots of the 3 times I've admitted I'm wrong. So.
the 3
he
times.
likes to pull those out. He's like, hey, remember when you said that? Like, damn it.
Nice. Hey, man.
Remember when you effed up?
Remember when you said you're an asshole? Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Oh, God.
All right, well, guys, it was a pleasure.
All right. The pleasure was all ours, sir.
Retake control of the house from the toddlers.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I wish
the battle.
I wish you luck in the wars
epic.
to come.
Yeah, seriously.
It'll be a battle of epic proportions. So.
Oh, for sure.
I got cookies.
But Sheldon makes them crazier 3 hours later.
Right. Let's sit for like 5 or 10 minutes, and it's like wide open. It's like, oh no, what have I done?
No, what have I done?
Just don't give him pre-workout. It ends
They're
terrible.
climbing on the walls.
Just don't give him pre-workout. I have a video of what happens when a baby accidentally drinks pre-workout.
Oh no.
He lifted like a 70-pound bucket. It was crazy. Amazing. I'm not a good person. But Handsome, thank you for coming on, man. Have a good night. Or good day.
Have a great one.
Take it easy, man.
You, sir.
All right, guys. The Lore Master's going. Let's just talk crazy fucking theories.
I mean, you mean like your punk douchebag Saint 14?
Ah.
I mean, you say that, but it's like,
No.
oh, what if he's alive? It's like, all right, we have a lot of information now.
Well, I've actually come back on my theory because the way you phrased it. Would you rather him be alive and just be a coward, or would you rather him be the badass motherfucker who the Vex have memorialized for all eternity? I'm like, you got me there.
I mean, it's that, but it's also hilarious because, I mean, it actually wouldn't even fit into his character if he were alive because thanks to the Warmind webcomic, we definitely know everyone. I mean, Anna Bray even got the emergency message when her light went away. I mean, somebody like Saint 14 would have come back.
Yeah, if his light was going, he'd be like, what?
Well, I mean, even before his light left, he would have had that time to come, and then his light leaving would have been like a huge indication that something is wrong and he needs to be here. Yeah,
true.
So that's. But I do like to tease you about your punk douchebag, Saint 14. Because that's literally the only time I'm going to call Saint 14 a douchebag is if he's still alive, hiding out somewhere, because he kind of earns it at that point in time. But if that ends up what's happening, Bungie, I hate you. Because you gave us a great ending for like every legend we've met. Every one of these like legendary people we've met have actually been slightly underwhelming.
True.
Osiris, Anna Bray, Asian waifu, sure, but still kind of mad.
Asian waifu with implanted Celestial Nighthawk eyeballs.
I just wanted her to be the original holder of the Celestial Nighthawk. Yeah, that's all. And Bungie couldn't even give me that. So I mean,
her eyes are the Celestial Nighthawk. She doesn't even need the helmet.
Well, I mean, you say that, but still, I want to see her wear it.
You say that, but Dez wants this.
Yeah, I want this thing, but no, that like I said, that's the theory that I found on Twitter that it's like, oh, that is a good cat. I mean, not really theory, but just piecing like, oh, she had the strength of the pack cloak. It's like, oh my god, that was white and gold, just like the Nighthawk. Her eyes go weird. That's the whole thing about the Nighthawk. Their eyes go weird. And the fact that in D2 they call it a hack. She's a hacker girl. So, yeah.
So I got a question for you here, Buster.
What happened?
What would be a good time for you to do a raid next Saturday?
Evening? You tell me.
Evening?
Yeah. I have to pick up the missus at 10. I have to leave my house at 10:45 at the latest.
10:45 Eastern time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, if you want to sacrifice the day of our Borderlands 2 playthrough, and maybe Dez, you can get in on this raid with me. We can get the guys, we can definitely do. We were going to do that anyway. Like, Dez and I were talking yesterday about it. Like, man, Borderlands 2 is going to take a huge hit.
Yeah, it's bound to happen because we've been doing the Borderlands 2 RNG Death Squad, but not all this stuff's out, and it's got like a crap ton of collectibles and things to do. It's like, Borderlands
I'm gonna be a little busy.
Yeah, like Borderlands is way less interesting right now. Like, I love it. The story's great. I'm like having no issues playing through it again with people. I mean, after all, I've actually made it to like the true Vault Hunter difficulty, the top one.
Yeah, TVHM.
Yeah. I had started haven't went anywhere, many places with it, but I'm still cool with the story, even running it now. So it's like, yeah, but Destiny.
You know what's funny, guys? I just read all the questions we were asked for in the RNG Discord. Shout outs to you guys, and we answered every single one of them.
Oh yeah, but
we're talking,
Oh yeah, for sure.
But shout outs to Gorilla Golf, Nate Fu, Average Joe.
Hang on. Let me see if I can. Where did you write? Okay, no. Okay. Wait. Where does this start? Jesus. Wait, where does this start?
Jesse asking about that real messy question that I
dodged.
No,
that's what's throwing me off is the fact that the questions just started coming. Jared Van Kell just tossed it out. It's like, opinions on new exotic quests. Nice-oo. 'Cause I haven't quite answered that one, but what are your thoughts on the story campaign? Yeah, I answered that one. Exotic update has pleased you the most?
We taught an answer.
I can't decide. Yeah. I can't decide, to be honest, because I haven't even really had a chance to screw around with them all, because I just realized not long ago I haven't even screwed around with Skyburners in PvP.
Yeah.
Graviton PvP is nice. But, I haven't even screwed around with Skyburners Oath that much.
Yeah.
And Rat King is disabled now because of a bug. So you can't screw... Yeah, they found it, and it's like you cannot equip it.
It's game breaking. It really is. It's like
how so?
It overflows your heavy weapon.
Oh, what? How?
Really?
That's what I heard. I didn't get a chance to play with it, so I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely not what I was thinking. And that's all right. That's how did they not get that? Who was playtesting and it's like, oh hey, I just have a bunch of power all of a sudden. Yeah, this is cool.
You know who's not playtested? The guys from RngCast.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so I can't decide. Tractor Cannon is really fun, like Ermagerd. Graviton Lance is really fun. Sturm, oh my god, the damage Sturm can do with an overloaded round. I mean, we're talking
tap on people.
In PvE, you could take 3/4 off of a major with an over.
Really?
I mean, that thing can be a major killer. Well, that's at equal light too, or equal power.
But still, you can use that to your advantage in escalation protocol.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, running around with Drang and just using Drang to get rid of the trash mobs and just melting majors with Sturm is super, super fun and cool because you could do that. The damage ramping for Sturm in PvE is ridiculous. But tried out Sturm and Drang. Tried out Tractor Cannon.
Crimson.
Of course, I've been using Acreus. No, I do need to pick up Crimson as well. There's all kinds of crap, and I'm hoping to get the new exotics because I want to see how Suros feels. Because even though the perks are the same, they changed the name of Focus Fire to Dual Something Receiver, which makes more sense. But whatever. And I want that. I don't have any of them because it's giving me exotic armor. Which I'm okay with.
The Huckleberry feels good. I am liking that.
Geez, and then here's your question. Questions for the show. Jason Jesse. Yeah. I was wondering if that was going to get covered. Sorry, buddy. Not that kind of show. Last...
I can get messy, but not that messy.
Right. I would love to know what Handsome wants the next... Okay, I wasn't here for all of that, so I don't know. So, Laz...
But
you got a shout out, Laz.
He covered what he wanted in the next DLC.
Let's see... And from Nafu, Buster can always talk about his love for the MCU. Loveless.
Yeah. Love lost. You broke my heart, bitch.
Jesus. There's a knock at the door. Why is there a knock at the door?
So you
I think we covered most stuff.
Yeah.
Hang on while I mute myself and go see what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty natural. We just covered it, in conversation. But you guys get the shout-outs because you guys send us topics, and we love it. So thanks for that. Crimson is really good. Crimson is super good, actually. It's really fun. I liked it before the change. Now I like it even more. Tractor Cannon, which I just saw Reythos blast a wizard with as I'm shooting it with an arc or a void energy, which is hilarious.
I just want to test this out. It's fun.
The Risk Runner. Oh my god, the Risk Runner is destructive.
I haven't tested that yet.
Oh, it's just destructive. It's nasty. I mean, all of them feel really good now. You can't say, okay, well, I mean, there's gonna be a
they feel exotic finally.
That's
like, certain ones, other ones, nah. But now they're all starting to feel powerful. Mm-hmm. Which is good because like Rat King before. Rat King now. Oh.
Yeah, Rat King
just
now.
that footage of, oh hey, let's just melt everything at the beginning of the raid in 10 seconds. Call it good. It's like, wait, you can do that now?
The ready, steady, go.
Yeah.
Melt.
And
also,
everyone dies.
Yeah. So, no one at the door. Really weird. But anyway,
Hard Light is fun as all sorts of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I can now change it like Borealis.
Yeah, that's super cool.
It's so useful, and I feel like they did tweak back the damage a little bit, but I can see why they would tweak it back. Because, oh, hey, you can now melt anything of any color at your discretion.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, even then, like, that is if. That's a huge if.
It's a big...
Yeah, I mean, there's so many weapons I haven't tried. Jesus. Because, like, there's Borealis, and it's crazy damage, and... There's just so much stuff I have not gotten around to trying, especially Risk Runner. Oh my god! I was seeing someone using it in our raid last night, and the fact that because of the Cabal, most of the Cabal, at least in raid, actually use the slug shotguns. Risk Runner.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like, oh my god, I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, sure enough, I mean, most of the legionaries use their slug shotgun, which is an arc weapon.
And hey, you're resistant to arc and dish it out twice as bad.
And overflows your magazine.
Unlimited ammo and holy crap! I still hear people say it's like, oh yeah, but Risk Runner isn't a replacement for Zalo. It's like, screw you. It's totally a replacement for Zalo.
It's close enough.
All right. Good lord, get over Zalo. Zalo was not special.
No. I'll admit, I love the Zalo Supercell. I truly did. One of my favorite guns, especially running for the Ala Cool Strike. Running down that door, and all of a sudden, oh hey, Guns of Thrall, it's dead.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like most people had, a boner for that weapon primarily because it was the only elemental primary.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah. But, yeah, either way, I mean, that's my dick. But yeah,
Now, do you guys think we're going to see all the old exotics coming back? Or do you think they're going to leave some?
It feels like it. It really does feel like it. Because, like, how I was saying, I got the Armamentarium. Mm-hmm. Jasmine got the Eternal Warrior.
What does that do? What did they change on that?
It gives you an overshield while using your Striker super.
Okay. So.
Huh.
Right, Jess? That's what it does? Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's like, okay, now not only do I have the Masterwork armor that gives me increased resilience while using a super, I now have an overshield while using my super on top of that. So I feel like it might be really darn good. I could be completely wrong, but she hasn't tampered it with it yet, and she mains a Striker, so...
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
But she also doesn't like how it looks, because, you know...
Oh, yeah, I mean, nobody ever looked... Like, I don't think anyone ever likes the way Eternal Warrior looks.
You want to look like the Lord Marshal from Riddick? Okay.
All right, except for Buster.
That's right, except for me. I did like it.
I don't know, it just looks weird to me. I mean, I'm not going to say I dislike it. It just looks weird, man. Because here you are in all this like space armor doing space magic thing. Stone face. Literally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like old school stuff.
Just, I mean, I just know... I think the Bad Juju is going to come on the third, or the big expansion. If Savathun... I mean, that's the perfect time, you know, it being...
Because that's also, like, the time people are expecting Eris to come back. It would make sense for also Tolan to drop by and, like, give a helping hand.
Yeah, we are seeing all the old I'm saying the Guardians of Legend. I mean,
and we already know Tolan's a bit of a douchebag, so, I mean, because we kind of met him.
Kind of.
I mean, he was prominent in lore, but he did actually have voice lines. But yeah, he's kind of a douchebag even then. I mean, sort of. He was just super obsessed, which I guess, that's the same as Osiris, really. Because Osiris may have been like it may have been a disappointment in like how they told it, but all in all, yeah, he was just really obsessed.
Yeah.
About what people. I mean. Like, maybe that was... The fact that he was obsessed with focusing on Vex rather than the threats right in front of him was his issue with the Vanguard, really. I mean, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. I mean...
And if I remember right, because, you know...
That was correct.
I remember it was off. Because here I am trying to explain, like, to Buster, like, yesterday, like, what quest actually starts you on the sleeper nodes.
And I'm working on that right now.
I was off. I predicted, like, 2 different quests or adventures or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, this is probably the last one. Oh wait, no, there's one. Oh no, it's this quest. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh, wait, this quest. Eventually, I got it right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Through
process of elimination, he got it correct.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. I forgive you, buddy.
Yeah, and I had only done it like 2 days before that, and then so it's like it got aggravating to me too. It's like I just did this not long ago. Why is my memory this bad?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked, but I like what they did to the sleeper.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
What?
I want to experience. Like, I know it's in, but I want to experience it for myself.
I don't have the sleeper.
Either way. I mean, so am I. But either way, like, don't do it. Like I said, I want to.
Okay.
I want to. Like I want
to pull the trigger and see it myself.
Yeah, I see what people do with it. Because here I am, like doing like public events with Buster, and it's like this I just see this red flash of light, and this wizard gets destroyed, and it's like, oh. I mean,
oh my,
Daddy, like,
give me time, baby. I'll have it back.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah. But yeah. So there's that. But yeah, like I said, I want to hold it. I want to experience it. I know it's in. It got spoiled for me like first day because it's pretty much the same way it did for Buster. Because he's looking through the ornaments. He's like, is Sleeper in this game? I'm like, maybe. He's like, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm a fucking asshole. I shouldn't.
I see it. Hello.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm looking at it. It's like, oh. Yeah, it's back.
Can we talk
that
about...
was the first thing I did. Was I ran to test and I started looking at every single ornament, and I'm like, oh wait, Sleeper's in here? Oh, okay.
I mean, it was almost expected, to be honest. At least for me, I was totally expecting it.
Why
exactly.
Is it not?
I would have been more disappointed if Sleeper didn't make it into this expansion. I mean, and I'm actually sufficiently okay with the process to get it. It's like it wasn't quite as painful as the original Sleeper, but it's still kind of a hefty thing.
I mean,
like in and of itself.
But that's the thing. Everyone wanted a grind, and I'm
happy.
For
sure. But yeah, what I'm saying is I like the fact that this one's like a midway point.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that
the fact that it's not like a super grind like the original Sleeper was?
Oh.
Or like RNG based like the original Sleeper was? Or if again, memory forgiving, I'm right here. But I mean, yeah, considering it like, I don't know, actually it's about the same, isn't it?
The drops, yeah.
Because you're still doing public events, which you had to get these cores from Warsat drops, but you're still doing Mars public events. You're still doing these things that were fairly similar to what you were doing to get the Sleeper originally. It's just now it's a little more streamlined. And actually the process is probably a little longer, to be honest, but we also don't have the RNG of the Dvalin drops, or Dvalin, as good. Even though it should be Dwalin, considering it's Nordic, but that's neither here nor there.
It's neither here nor there.
That's neither.
I'm just shooting in the air, seeing when the bullet falls.
Yeah. And then, of course, as many people may know, there is a glitch with heroic strikes right now. The fact that not all heroic strikes count towards A, Sleeper, or B, your heroic strike milestone.
Yeah,
there.
You have to make sure the way it works is, well, what I've noticed, I might be 100% wrong. It wouldn't be out of character. When you activate the strike, it will tell you if it says the name of the strike, it's not going to work. Like for me, when I did it, I ran a couple with my buddy Dame. We did one, and when I hit the heroic strike playlist, it came up and said the forest, the infinite forest, or whatever it was, the garden world. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe they added that. When we did it, it didn't count. It didn't count for us. And then we ran it again, and the modifiers popped, and it was just a random strike. It didn't let us know what was going on. So that's how I figured it out. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I may not have heard exactly all of that because I actually just was capable of completing level 1 of the incursion protocol.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
I mean, it's still going, but it's like I've reached level 2 with. I actually didn't expect it. All of a sudden, the ogre went down. It's like, yeah, exactly. Like I was a part of a group of randos and blueberries that took down the ogre. Oh my god, I am getting utterly freaking destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Step 2 is just
2. Yeah, 2 is insane.
This is ridiculous. Like I thought, it's still just 370.
Oh yeah, and you don't get rewards until what?
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
3, 5, 7.
Man.
Well, all bosses have the capability of dropping a reward, I believe.
They have a chance of dropping an engram.
Okay, fair enough. Because I thought Bungie's mentioned, like, the bosses actually had the chance... Oh, no, yes, the weapon's tied to escalation protocol. Yeah. But like I said, I was wanting to say it was something to do with, like, there was some kind of like all bosses have a chance, or specific bosses actually have specific chances to drop things. Actually, this group might actually make it level 3. Holy crap. These guys are awesome. I'm just in the back hoping I'm, like, doing enough.
Oh. Do you need 2 more people, Des? Because Reythos and I could easily come to join in.
I mean,
Make it more.
Hurry up, because we got like a minute, and or
Take us over, bud.
Boss.
On the way there. This show has slowly divulged into a playthrough.
Fire.
Des,
Yeah,
you're set to
we're doing a playthrough.
How are you set to friends only? I am your friend.
I know, right?
Oh, that's weird. Wait.
You're both my friends. Roster.
Hold on, I got you. Maybe that might help.
Clan and friends only. Because I'm not doing it in public because I had some weirdos trying to tell me to make fire team public.
We're all on our way.
We're gonna do protocol. Make your fire team public. Nope.
Nope.
That's right, folks. Halfway through that, at 2 hours and 30 minutes, we're going through a playthrough episode. Now you're going to hear our live reactions to shit. I hope you like it.
Because freaking level 2, which, I don't know, we got like 30 seconds to clear. Oh, nope. Oh, no, 30 seconds to kill level 2 boss?
A wizard, yeah.
No, that ain't happening.
Well, hopefully they run it again.
I know, right? But,
Just reactivate it immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as that tower hits ground, hold square.
oh, no, okay, we got a minute. All right. Possible.
As soon as we can fly in.
I'm coming in with a tractor cannon. Get your hard light, get your graviton lances, get your novas.
Anytime you want to fly in, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the Escalation Protocol being so hard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is like... I mean, it's a thing that matters, essentially.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, sure, people have already, beaten it. But once again...
Yeah, but streamers. I mean,
streamers, yeah, exactly.
Oh, like 18 seconds. Oh, come on, she is below half.
Oh, so
Oh,
close.
no.
All right. Trigger that motherfucker again. I'm on it.
I'm so low to beat it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we all are.
Let me just grab up some ammo and
Right.
super...
Got it. It's activated. Let's go, boys.
Alrighty.
Come on, fellas.
Don't leave me hanging.
This is... Oh. Like I said, just the fact that it's like... going through doing the episodes, like, yeah, I'm just screwing around, like, collecting crap and, like, looking for nodes. Oh,
Same.
wait, we actually took down the level 1 ogre?
Yeah.
It's like breaking news. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. But,
Jump in, boys. Jump in. We're on our way.
like, this is entirely devolved. Oh, God.
It's all right. It's what the people listen to.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is RNG, so it's randomly done.
Yep.
Giggity, go.
Where's that summoning
It's up
circle
here.
at? I saw the crystal. There it is.
Oh, no.
That was painful.
All right. Before I die, I'm going to collect all these orbs, since everyone's now there. Nom, 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 nom.
Pac-Man it
Waka,
up.
waka, 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 waka.
Break it. Crystal 1, Crystal 2.
Also,
Crystal.
because I was also screwing around with the Agrona from Miss Bay. Very nice.
Really?
Very nice pulse rifle. It's lightweight, so it's not. It's going to be garbage in PvP, but it feels pretty nice. Grab your swords, get your sword here.
Yep.
And I love this change to the sword. The fact that it's one drop. that's
Everybody
like,
gets it.
Everybody gets a sword. It's Oprah. Like, that drop is Oprah.
Yeah,
You get a
but you
sword,
get it.
and you'll get a sword, and you'll get a sword.
And there's so many orbs on the ground already.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I try to be careful because, like I said, this is for those who don't know, this is exactly the D1 sword. So it will actually also, like, completely consume your, any orbs you have on the ground.
I'm picking them up for this.
Okay,
For
I mean,
swords.
yeah, that's
that
fair.
was on purpose.
Oof.
Oh, I forgot about the old combo.
Oh, big boys up,
ogre.
big boys up.
If you have an armory code, dispel.
I do. I have 3.
I think we're the only ones here. I think they're everybody else
No, we got
on us.
We got a blueberry.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Oh, that was a melee into a wall. And blueberry's already got a Valkyrie spear, so...
Nice. There you go.
I am tethering. I don't know if we're going to have damage,
He's been booped by the tractor cannon.
Oh, wow, okay, that's right. Still enemies around.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else. I don't know, we're doing good. Actually, not doing awful.
Oh, yeah, keep booping it with that tractor cannon, because my pulse rifle is void. Get down!
Everything I have is void right now.
Everything I have is void. My heart is void.
We have a minute to kill him. We're good.
Slightly less than. But only slightly. I just hate the ogre. Can't really get close to him. Oh, we're actually... I wish there were, like, rewards at level 1, though.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish that. I mean, I can understand they want the difficulty there, but I do kind of wish there were rewards at every tier. Like, that's something, at least. It doesn't have to be a special cool weapon, just like, oh, here's some shaders for doing level 1.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
something. Instead of just absolutely nothing.
Make an Escalation Protocol exclusive shader? That'd be dope.
I mean, something. I mean, that's probably the easiest thing they can do.
10
probably.
seconds left.
He's close, but...
Yeah, well, we lost 5 of the randos. So.
Yeah, there was like at least 4 randoms that like popped out. So I mean, we got super close. It's about normal for me and protocols. Mm-hmm. Oh my Jesus, yeah. But yeah, anyway, for also those that are looking to gain your light up super crazy fast for these things, Dado has a video, and it is actually a really good explanation of probably the way he leveled. But at the same time, he pretty much mentions if you're not going for World's First, which is already over, or if you're not looking to just absolutely consume this content, don't worry about his method. Just do what you do. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but you're going to get there. Mm-hmm. And then for people that do want to know the crazy fast method, you watch the video. You learn some tricks. Because Lord knows, like, ever since I've started, like, doing, like, in the D1 beta, I had made 6 characters. Because in that beta, you can actually make more than 3 characters. And I had actually made 6 characters that had made it all the way to, that, I had learned to solo, what's his nuts? Oh, God, what's his name?
Kex, no, is it the
Sepix Prime.
Sepix Prime, yeah.
I could solo him in the beta. So I was just looking for crap to do. So I searched on YouTube. Like, what do I do? Mm-hmm. And then, lo and behold, that was when I found, like, Dado's video on the Rocket Yard spinfoil run, which became, the go-to at launch. Like, spinfoil, like, farming method to do. Yep. So I did that for hours. For absolutely no reason. Literally, because it was beta. I was just looking for things to do just to experience this games more. That's what I did for a long time. So yeah, what's this? Oh, it's Quest.
Yeah, for me.
So yeah.
Yeah, we grind. It's what we do, Des. Like, that's one of the things.
And you die.
And I die.
So things fall.
Because things fall on me. Like, like that goddamn war set the first time. And Zol fell on
you. That's right. Oh god, I completely forgot about that. Oh, Zol's corpse actually killed Buster.
And I was looking up at it like, what is this? And it just fell on me. I'm like, it killed me. Cool. So,
gravity is a thing. You're landing under a tremor.
Yeah, well.
Oh god, yeah, that was great.
Biggest tremor I've ever seen.
Space magic,
Oh god,
man. Space magic.
Zol is a graboid. Oh my god.
Speaking of graboid, Des, I know I mentioned it to you yesterday, and you mentioned that your wife has already seen it, but
it's happening. And
Tremor 6.
Burning brought it up.
Yep.
Also in our Discord. Tremor 6 is a thing.
It's already on Netflix.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, it released on Netflix. It just released May 1st. So, I mean, it's like a fresh release.
Now, I don't know if you know this or not, Reythos, but Des and I, we have a Discord. And also we have a Patreon, patreon.com/the RngCast, getting all the plugs in right now. And we do Mystery Science Theater 3000-ish movie commentaries over terrible movies.
You have mentioned this.
We have, yeah. We already did number 5, which was called Bloodlines, which I think might be one of the best.
Bloodlines, I thought, wasn't terrible.
It was actually really good. I thought. I mean,
the one I didn't like was number 4.
When they
I watched
in
one.
Blasters.
I barely remember 2 and 3. I definitely had not seen 4. And
4 is back in the Wild West.
Yeah,
while the
had seen
town is still.
Yeah, it's like nope. It's like as soon as this like Western thing is like nope. I'm not watching this. Even at that point in time, I couldn't really remember watching the second and third ones. So it's like nope. This is getting ridiculous.
Well, they got all the same characters back just to do it old school themed.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm going to have to watch it now. Yeah, I forgot Reba McEntire was in the first Tremors.
That was Bert's wife.
I know. Like, I completely forgot. Like, until I like went and reread it, it's like, I forgot Reba McEntire. They actually had a really good cast for the first Tremors movie, to be honest. Like, what's his name? Kevin Bacon, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Reba McEntire and like the other what's his dude?
And Bert? Was
Emilio
Estevez in it? Was it Emilio?
No. Oh, don't think so. It was a gruffer dude. Like he's been on other things, but in fact, everything I can remember him being in, he's had like that thick, heavy 5 o'clock shadow. But yeah. But yeah,
Kevin Bacon was in Tremors.
I said that.
Yes.
First thing I said. But no. So yeah, like I said, I just utterly, completely forgot. It's like, oh yeah, Reba McEntire was in this movie. I mean, and like I said, now that I think of that, it's like having this hilarious. Oh, she's a gun-toting, crazy hoarding, like country chick, like completely believable. Because why not? You know. But yeah, good memories.
So
good times.
What I'm saying is, Des, I think we should definitely do the 6th one, the next for the first episode of this month's RNGT3K, and
yeah, it's coming your way, guys. It's because I mean. Figured why not? Because we were going to do Mortal Kombat 2, but that's not on Netflix yet.
Nope.
So let's continue. Yeah, wife says, like I said, wife gives 6 a thumbs up. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We shall see, Orokusaki.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to do it. Hey guys, thanks for coming with me. Appreciate that. Forgot.
Was totally trying to do a public event.
Forgot I was by myself.
Yes.
Well, guess who's with me now?
Dang it! There goes those rewards. But no. But yeah. All in all, like I said, the story itself. I mean, I guess the fact that base D2 had a good story, like it had Wise, it didn't. Even D2 vanilla story didn't have a lot of powerful moments per se, but it had like proper structuring, and I guess with that I kind of like do expect it. But at the same time, Warmind does show it's like yeah, we do need like some more powerful moments because we are kind of missing those in D2. There's like a lot of memorable, powerful moments. Because I mean, before that, like our most memorable moment was like Gull taking our light.
Yeah.
And that's about it. But now we have Zol and Gull. And like I said, also, I mean, the one like really powerful moment, I guess, and my favorite was the end of Curse of Osiris, which I mean,
Panoptes.
When Osiris pops out like Doctor Strange meeting Dormammu. Panoptes! You'll fight me. Come to bargain. But that's definitely my favorite moment when Osiris actually, stops being a douchebag and actually helps us out.
The time we actually see him.
Yeah. Instead of a reflection. When he finally clears up his calendar and is like, you know what, I've got a free minute. Let's do
these Guardians seem pretty chill. Let's go ahead.
But
thanks, pal.
New Echo.
Yeah.
New Echo, who dis?
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's the fact like we could definitely use more of these moments because, yeah, there's quite a few good moments and not all good moments. I mean, like I said, were there missed opportunities?
Sure,
of course. There were probably a bunch of missed opportunities. Like making Anna Bray a little more substantial would have been cool, but at the same time, it's like we're still seeing improvement though. Like that's one thing I've always said about this. As long as it's showing improvement, I'm not like utterly, salty or anything. Yeah. So I mean, as long as there's at least improvement. I mean, and the fact that they're still giving a crap enough to improve, really. Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, they didn't really have to. I mean, sure, if they wanted to make a successful franchise, but they could have stuck with their guns with a lot of the stuff that's ended up making it more fun.
True.
Such as weapon slots that are getting modified. All kinds of things. They really could have stuck to their guns. Maybe some of us wish they had. Neither here nor there, because it's changing. Things will be different. And, yeah, I threw that at the wall. But, when it comes down to it, like, they actually care enough to keep changing things and keep things fresh and keep things a little more in line kind of what the community is looking for in this game. At least, the vocals, which so far is coming in line to making the game fun in general. Which I'm not going to give credit to the vocals, but, it happened.
Yeah. It just so happened.
Because you still don't have to be douchebags about it, all right? A spoonful of sugar helps medicine go down, people.
Just Mary Poppins us. I love it.
Yes. Because that's another thing. It's like, go like when interacting with human beings in general, ask yourself, am I being the type of human being that Mr. Rogers taught me to be? If that answer is no, don't say what you're about to say.
Right.
Just don't. I mean,
sometimes I think, am I the person who my dog thinks I am? Because to him, I'm the greatest thing ever. I come home and he's happy. He flips out. He's like, oh, this dude feeds me. Everything's great. However, sometimes you can be an asshole. And when you're an asshole, like I am most of the time, I'm like, would Pete be okay with me being an asshole?
Exactly. I mean,
nope.
It's always going to be, like I said, I haven't seen like a lot of it on Twitter right now, but I mean, it's just come to the fact it'll probably come because it's Twitter, it's the internet. I mean, it's going to happen. Just it's going to be my advice here and there, like sprinklings here and there, because it was a joke, like and I streamed one of my friends, it became my friend's streamer I was watching. It's the fact that like a lot of kids get salty in fighting games over the internet, But you didn't see that a lot in the arcades.
Because you were face to face.
Exactly. So that kid could reach over and punch the crap out of you if you were being too big of a douchebag. Mm-hmm. But that threat was always in the back of your head. It's like, if I get too angry, if I show out too much, I could start some ruckus. I mean, maybe you wanted to, but that's not the point. That was at the back of your head. And so, I mean, it's the thing is like, basically treat people as if you're within arm's reach. I mean, don't be disrespectful just because they can't hit you.
Yeah, pretty much.
People still want to be slap happy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, just oh, hey, I'm right here. All right, guys, I got this.
One of my favorite ones I've ever heard. My buddy was like, be the guy that you pretend to be when you first started dating your girlfriend. I mean,
it's funny because it's kind of true.
It's funny because it's true.
It's kind of true, so it's funny. Of course, then again, I pretty much almost wrecked my back trying to impress my current wife.
Whoa, hey!
No, I literally like solo pushed a couch up a hill.
Oh,
I'm talking like an old school couch too. Like it was probably from the 70s.
I was gonna be like, cut the mic.
No, nothing like that.
I've lived a weird life, guys. Don't judge me.
But yeah, so yeah, just your people. We're all dudes. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
Love that quote. And growing up in California, it is totally true. It doesn't matter if you're a she, an it, a thing. It's a dude.
You're a dude. Yep.
That desk is a dude. That TV, dude. Doesn't matter. Everything's dude.
Yeah, that's like I said. That's always going to be. It's going to be off and on again advice. Not that I'm like calling anything out or anything. It's just it's something to keep. It's not a bad thing to have to be reminded of every now and again, at least.
Mm-hmm. And the show on some positivity. And at the 3-hour mark because we are insane and we like the podcast super long.
Well, like 2 hours for me, unfortunately.
2.5. 2.5. We'll call it 2.5. But that's okay. At least you paid attention. That's the thing that made, you know what I mean? Yeah, you were late, but at least you remembered, like, one of these days we got to record late because of a Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, okay, so I just thought it was today. Thought it was this week. No, wrong one. It's like, oops.
Yeah. I sent you the message. I was like, hey, buddy, you up? And you were like, yeah. Why? And I'm like, he'll get it sooner or later.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I got to start getting him ready to go out. I mean, I guess we can call it. Reythos, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. It dawned on me. It dawned on me midway through because we were playing earlier, and I was like, I'm just gonna log out. I'll be super quiet. And you were like, okay, cool. And I was like, why doesn't he just get in with this? And then, thanks for coming in. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Reythos, literally everywhere you go. Twitter.
That's right.
Instagram. PSN, it's Reythos. It's Reythos everywhere you go. I kept it real simple.
You did.
I use the KISS method.
Keep it simple, stupid. Also, I do like the fact that it sounds like a fast food catchphrase almost.
Right? It's
Reythos
everywhere you go.
Reythos everywhere you go.
Use the KISS method to avoid ID10T errors.
This, as always, has been your boy Raven. You can find me on the Twitter, which you are going to need to pay attention to my Twitter people, because Featherstone or Hephaestus Index or whatever the crap I decide to call it, Hugin or Moonin Index. Because
Hugin and Moonin.
Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. Bonus points to whoever can accurately call that one. Because that's going to be released. Like I said, the updated spreadsheet. I'll put out a tweet about it, and side project, which I have to also give shout outs to Converse. Me and him had a nice little discussion on Discord, and he helped me put some things into place for this little kind of side project / spreadsheety type thing. So this is good. I got a thing in the works. It's coming, guys. So it's coming soon. I'm eventually going to put this game down to finish it.
Be patient.
Liar.
Like, if I say this again next week, I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize in advance. Because there might be a pretty good chance that I don't get to it until, next week. But I'm going to attempt to, reel in my willpower and finish that out before next week. Tune in next week to find out if that's a success or not.
let's take bets. We'll take bets. Over under here, folks.
All right, what you got, Buster?
I'm gonna say you're gonna start it, but you're not gonna finish it.
Okay, Reythos?
I have faith in you. You'll be able to finish it.
I appreciate that. I'm going to bet I'm going to barely start it, is my bet. That's my fear. I'm barely
Well, you're just going to cheat the system and just say you're not going to do it at all and then not do it.
No. Like I said, that's my fear. It's not my... It's not my intent. That's my fear.
All right. So you can find me, Busterknuckle, on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13, BusterKnuckle13. You can find this podcast, the RngCast, at the RngCast on Twitter and wherever you find your podcasting at your podcasting needs. But you already know that because you're listening to us right now.
Yeah.
My PSN is BlisterLister113. You can send me messages and we'll play together. On Xbox, it's BusterKnuckle13. I kind of did the same thing Reythos did. You can find... We have a Patreon, which I already mentioned before, patreon.com/the RngCast. We do exclusive episodes at any limit, any rank, whatever you want to call it, any structure. We just to say thanks for helping us out with your money that you work so hard for, and we appreciate it. You get 2 episodes. We try to do 2 every month, and also there might be some little special stuff coming soon for you guys that are on the Patreon. So if you want to get in now, and you get access to all the previous content. So you get a lot of stuff to listen to us talk about extra. And without any further ado, with that being said, this is episode 103 of the RngCast. We're out.
Later, man.
Sayonara.
See you all next week.